From Matanzas High School in Palm Coast, it's the Flagler Palm Coast High School Bulldogs versus the Matanzas Pirates. I am Dr. Dave, just delighted to be back for another year of Gridiron Madness. Thanks to some people we could not do without. I mean, literally, our sponsors, Waste Pro, Wendy's, the Wendy's halftime show, you name it, apparel and graphics, and Woody's Barbecue. They're the sponsor of the Woody's Player of the Game. Also, thanks to Gospel Gardens, J&J Auto Body, Eagles Nest Storage, and Shanfro and Shanfro attorneys, now with offices in Palm Coast at the airport. For a while, we all wondered whether we'd be underwater on this last day of August, but Hurricane Isaac took his act way west. So here we are on just a beautiful night for football. FPC comes in off their kickoff classic win 76-0 over Deltona in what must have been just the world's ugliest game. Don't you think so, Mike Lucio?
Well, last year FPC beat them 60-0 in the kickoff classic. This year they outdid themselves, beating them 76-0. Look for a much improved FPC team to be out there tonight.
All right. Hey, Coach Cesar Campana says they didn't even watch the tape of that game. Lots of great stats against an opponent that was, to say the least, overmatched, I'd say. The Bulldogs have some real speed on both sides of the ball and a junior quarterback in Colton Boyd, who was just starting to come into his own last year when an injury ended his season. We think they'll be running the ball first and passing when they need to. Matanzas is in their third year running the spread offense, which usually means they look to pass the ball first and run as a change of pace. But they have a talented and fast quarterback named Alquazi Spencer, who sometimes runs more than he passes. And they have a former FPC running back named DeAndre Lumpkins, who may be the fastest guy on the field, or at least the most elusive. So we'll keep an eye on them, that's for sure. Defensively, the Pirates return the Mosley brothers to anchor the defensive line, and Jamie Rumpf to tackle everything in sight from his linebacker position. Now I'll bring in my second to the other half of the WNZF broadcasting team, the dapper, Mr. Mike Licio. Mike, we've been looking forward to this one to start the season. How do you see this game stacking up?
Well, every year this game's gotten a little closer. If you remember, a few years ago, the first meeting, FPC won 44-0. Last year, Matanzas put up a good fight in the second half, and were able to keep it close till the end, falling 38-20. So I think this year we'll get a little closer as the teams get a little better each year on both sides.
Did you bring the keys to the game with you?
Well, I've been known to leave my keys every once in a while, but I never forget the keys to the game. For Matanzas, it's going to be ball security. They had some struggles last week holding on to the ball against Eaglesview. They need to get DeAndre Lumpkins involved. As we learned when he was with FPC last year, he is a game breaker. And they need to keep the defense off the field because that defense does lack depth. Now for FPC, the key is going to be to take away the big play from the Pirates. In the spread offense, they like to go down the field. They like to play aggressive. They need to control the ball. They need to keep those defensive players on the field, which you know FPC wants to do. They want to run the ball. They want to control the clock. And finally, it's going to just be about Colton Boyd managing the game. He doesn't have to go out and throw for 200 yards every game. He just has to complete those passes on third down and keep drives moving.
So the two teams are on in their respective end zones. They've just tossed the coin, and I was watching. We'll figure out who won the toss as we go along. The two teams are waiting to break the paper, that sort of thing. We're glad you're here. We'll give you a chance to get a refill and go back with the lineups of the play-by-play story. You are listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com. at Matanzas High School. We're just setting up a cross-county rivalry between FPC and Matanzas. Neither team has come on. The famous coach Jeremy Schaefer from Matanzas has informed me that FPC won the toss and they will receive. The officials, and I have found out that these are not replacement officials, these are the real thing. Referees Jerry Avina, the umpire Rich Koluski, the line judge Gary Wheeler rather. He's the line judge is Ron Marcy, the back judge John Hawk, and the electronic clock operator up here in the booth with us, the best looking member of the staff, Amy Wheeler, the lady from Petals. You ever been to Petals Forest in Ponto? She is the Petals lady. Well, here comes FPC from left to right. They come through and break the paper. Willie Gardner leads them onto the field, and now Matanzas is just waiting around, and they're getting ready. Oh, yeah. I see Alquazi Spencer down there. He's about ready to lead them onto the field. A pretty good crowd here on both sides, Mike Lucio.
Yes, it's been great to see everybody from Flagler County come out tonight to see this big matchup. You know, everybody listening at home, we thank you for that. If you look at Alquazi Spencer, he's kind of just standing outside the huddle, you know, collecting his thoughts, getting ready to lead his team. You know, he got his mind focused on the game, and they broke the paper, and the paper is now 0-2 this season.
Oh boy, that's something.
It's tough being paper.
Hey, just a reminder, you can listen to this game and every game on your computer at WNZF.com. Ask any of your friends and relatives out of town. Also, if you or anyone you know missed all or part of this game, it'll be on WNZF.com in the archives starting, the middle of next week. Probably, especially since next week is Labor Day, probably give us until late Tuesday, early Wednesday, and then you can listen to the game again. But the two teams now out on the field. FPC getting ready to receive. They are in the white jerseys and the Bulldog green pants with the Bulldog green helmets. And here's Matanzas out there in the black and blue with the white numerals. They've got a pretty darn good kicker this year. Kicked a 35-yard field goal in the kickoff classic. Ian Hubbs, he is a sophomore, and he handles both the place kicking and the punting duties. So they put the ball on the 40-yard line, and they're about ready. The coaches are all pointing at each other and everything else. And Matanzas runs up to the ball, and then I thought they knocked the ball off the tee, but they didn't. Are we ready to roll?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Mike? Are you ready for some Flagler County High School football? Okay, here's Ian Hubbs, the right footer, puts it in the air. And down it comes. The Bulldogs take it on the 5, to the 10, to the 15. Big hole in the middle, but the tackle is made. Number 9 on number 9. And that's down around the 25-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over.
Great play that time by number 9, Tyler Perkins. Only one man left to beat for Ramon Hollins on that kickoff, and Perkins was able to bring him down. FPC will come on the field. They're going back to more of their traditional I formation from what I've been told. Look at Rick Shea Nelson. He looks like he's grown over the year. He's playing guard now.
Yeah, this guy Rick Shea Nelson, he's one of the Bulldogs, and he is a big boy in the offensive line. I'd rather talk about him than feed him. All right, they line up Colton Boyd at quarterback. He's going to take the ball from the center. Now he looks like he's calling an audible. Steps away from center. DeAndre Lumpkins is behind him. And they hand the ball. That's not DeAndre Lumpkins, but they hand the ball to him, Ramon Hollins. And he's over across midfield, and now he's out of bounds. Down around the 45, maybe 40, about the 43-yard line. Yeah, and let me get the name right here. Yeah, Ramon Hollins, the wide receiver. Well, he's moved to running back, the tailback right now. And that's a big play across midfield. And guess who's not huddling, Mike Lucio?
Well, they've got trips to the right side. They're lining up in a spread formation.
Colton Boyd throws it to the left. Willie Gardner has it. He's down to the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. Little quick hitter, and that's a first down, Bulldogs. And here they come right back up to the line, right back to it.
Well, they're trying to beat Matanzas at their own game so far. Willie Gardner's going to make a lot of plays at receiver this year. His first catch for 18 yards.
We are just underway in the first quarter, 11:35 remaining in this first quarter. And there's a give to Ramon Hollins on the draw play. That gets perhaps a yard. That was not Ramon Hollins, but Jimmy Robinson.
One thing you'll see with FPC, whether they huddle or not, and it looks like they're not huddling again, is that they will mix up the running backs. They'll give the ball to a lot of different people.
Yeah, now Ramon Hollins is out there, split out to the right, as is Terrell Matthews in the slot. And there's a quick pass, and that is complete to Willie Gardner, down to about the 10-yard line. Here's FPC has come out just wailing their way on down the field.
Yes, they've moved the ball very, very quickly, and they've gotten down in a hurry. That was Gardner's second catch of the night, 33 yards. I knew he was going to be involved a lot this season. I didn't expect this much. Is that Kentrell Kenner at fullback?
Well, I don't know. We got split backs behind Colton Boyd and a tailback behind them.
Heavy.
And it's a give to the tailback, and he's down to about the 7-yard line, maybe the 6.
That was Willie Gardner getting a carry for 4 yards.
Well, they got some wrinkles going on so far. 10:40 remaining in the first quarter. No score. We are at Matanzas. FPC on the first possession of the game is driving. They're down almost to the 5-yard line. Colton Boyd, the quarterback, he's going to hand to Willie Gardner that same formation. He's, he gets down to about the 5, and then he is pushed back, way back.
Well, it's very clear who Flagler Palm Coast wants to get the ball to early on. Willie Gardner with his 4th touch of the game. Kentrell Kenner is a load at fullback. They've been lined up in the 3-back set, mixing things up early on. We'll see what they do on 3rd and 5. Kenner is still on the field.
Yeah, but Colton Boyd has gone off the field. So are we going to do some sort of a, number 1. Alex Evans, a jump pass. That's for a touchdown. That was Marcel Williams throws the touchdown pass. Was that? Yes, to
Dustin Bowens with his first touchdown of the year.
Oh boy, that kid's a real story. He has had some injury problems. He's on his way back, and he is a touchdown. Gee, the old-fashioned jump pass. Thought we were in South Bend, Indiana for a minute. 9:43 remaining in the first quarter, and it is 6-0. Here's Johnny Aserio on to try the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
And it's good.
So, with 9:43 remaining in the first quarter, FPC, the visitors, they take the opening kickoff and they go right down the field and score. And we're going to be back in a moment. Again, 7-0 FPC over Matanzas. We'll see what Matanzas can do with the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank Team Doctor Grimes and Orthopedic Associate of St. Augustine. Thank you for being here and helping out with these athletes. Thank you, Dr. Grimes.
Welcome back to Pirate Field on the campus of Matanzas High School in Palm Coast. We have just seen a really impressive opening drive by the Flagler Palm Coast Bulldogs. They are kicking off. Johnny Aserio does it, and that is out of bounds. So Matanzas will have the ball in good field position. That'll be our first look at the 2012 Matanzas offense.
They seem all fired up and ready to go. FPC moved the ball very quickly that drive. 7 plays, 72 yards, only taking 2 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock. Colton Boyd, 2 for 2 for 33 yards in the drive.
Well,
and here comes Al Quasi and the Matanzas Pirates. Spencer threw for a school record 1,751 yards and he plans to add to that this year.
Wow, okay. Thank you for that information, Mike Lucio. 30, I'm Dr. Dave, and he is Mike Lucio, and we're so glad that you are with us here on WNZF, WNZF.com. We're starting off at the 35-yard line. Matanzas, Quasi Spencer starts out in the shotgun, and he's got nobody back there with him. He's naked back there. Well, he's got the uniform on, but nobody is back there helping him. We got 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. The officials holding up play at this moment, and now we are ready. 9:43 remaining in the first quarter. The first play by Matanzas, going from left to right across your radio dial. And they started to call the play, and now they're all looking over at the coach. Here we go. There's the snap. There's a pass outside. Oh, just a couple of yards lost. The pass out there to Marquise Jones. Boy, he was hit immediately.
Sammy Cooper laying the wood on that play. It was a little pass out to the flat. Cooper read it and bottled him up for, they're going to mark it for, looks like they're going to actually give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Here's Matanzas. They don't huddle, but they, there they are. They're all looking over at the coach again. Now he's got a couple of backs with him. Does Quasi Spencer, one on each side of him. He calls the signals. Got a man in motion from left to right. Quasi Spencer's going to keep it himself. He's across the line of scrimmage. He's up to about the 40-yard line for a gain of about 5. Make it 3rd down and 5. We're just under 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. No, I was going to say no score. FPC 7 and Matanzas nothing.
That time it was a keeper. DeAndre Lumpkins getting his first action now as a running back for the Pirates on the other side of the ball.
I mean, I've already called him on the Bulldogs one time this year. Of course, DeAndre Lumpkins played his first couple of years at FPC. And now there's a give around to the end, around the left side. Stop for, perhaps 1 yard. And that is DeAndre Lumpkins. And that's going to bring up 4th down and a punting formation.
Nice 3 and out for the Bulldog defense that time. You got to watch for Lumpkin on those sweeps. If he gets loose, you know where he's going.
Oh, he is fast, he's quick, and he is elusive. I don't know that he knows this offense. I mean, this place is muddy. They have had tons of rain, but, hey, both teams have had the tons of rain problem.
This is a totally different offense than what he was used to at FPC, going from the option now to the spread.
Ian Hubbs standing back on his 28. He gets the ball away. Was that just a low one, or was it partially blocked? Either way, it's down. It's rolling. It's down to about the 26-yard line of FPC, and that's where they'll take over. 1st and 10. 8:04 remaining in the first quarter. FPC already leading 7-0. We'll see if they can do the same on their second possession that they did the first. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Matanzas defense can make. I think they're a little shell-shocked at this point. I sure am.
I know I was. I was expecting more of what we've seen the last 2 years with FPC. Control the ball on the ground, get it to a lot of different running backs. Instead, on this play, you saw a lot of Jimmy Robinson and a lot of Willie Gardner. Colton Boyd looked sharp, and so did the rest of the offense, though, even though it is something new for him.
Colton Boyd going to take the snap from center. He goes up. Now he steps back again. I don't know if he's calling an audible or he's just looking around to see what's going on. There's a give to the running back. He's up to about the 30-yard line and no more. The ball is loose, but they say that he was down.
Jimmy Robinson getting his 3rd carry tonight. They've been going with a 3-wide receiver. They're going on trips to the right and a single back set tonight so far. A lot different from what we're used to with the power I and with the wing T formations that we've seen from FPC in the past.
Jimmy Robinson with a couple of touchdowns, a couple of long touchdowns last week. Of course, they won 76-0 over Deltona, so I don't know what the competition level was there. Here's Colton Boyd back to pass. He's throwing it to Willie Gardner. He's out there, rolled through his hands. I think he may have been out of bounds anyway.
Little stop and go route that time by Gardner. Looked like he had a little separation, but the ball was just a hair out of reach. Bringing up 3rd and about 7.
All right, once again, neither team is going to huddle tonight, or they haven't yet. I know Matanzas doesn't huddle. We thought that FPC did, but we were obviously wrong.
Best kept secret in Flagler County, I suppose.
Jimmy Robinson in a tailback behind Colton Boyd. There's Willie Gardner going in motion. Now here's Boyd stepping back and taking a look over at his coaches. He's back. He's ready to call the signals. There's 4 receivers to the right, and they give it to Jimmy Robinson. He goes around the right side for, maybe 3 yards. 7:15 remaining, 7:13, 12 in the first quarter, 7-0 FPC, and it looks as though this is going to be 4th down and punt formation. So they stopped him this time around.
Yes, they did, and look who Matanzas is bringing out to return the punt.
Mr. Lumpkins.
He may not have the offense quite figured out yet. He will soon, but there's one thing he does know. He does know how to return a kick.
Johnny Asario. He's back to punt.
Of a gray BMW, Florida.
He's back at his 22-yard line. Mr. Lumpkins standing over on his 30. There is the punt. It's a high one, and it takes an FPC bounce. It goes down to about the 27-yard line where it is down, and that is where Matanzas will take over for their second possession.
Great job that time by the Pirates defense to force the 3-and-out to get their offense back on the field.
Once again this year, Waste Pro will present the Waste Pro Academic and Athletic Excellence Award. 4 students from each school will receive the award throughout the season for their exceptional achievements in the classroom and on the playing fields. The awards will be awarded at the last home game for each school. Thank you, Waste Pro, for supporting the kids. We see Waste Pro down here a couple of times a week as they come and do a little pickup and recycling at my house on Tuesdays, and then just a trash pickup on Fridays, unless you got something like brush or something like that, in case you've been working in the yard, and then they come on Wednesday and pick that up. What a crew.
That's great work they do. And there was an illegal procedure penalty on FPC, so Matanzas is elected to try and get Lumpkins another shot at the ball.
All right, they're going to kick again. This time, Johnny Asario back standing on his 20, and DeAndre Lumpkins standing over here on his 40.
Number 10, DeAndre Lumpkins back to receive.
All right, the one-step kick. Nice kick. Lumpkins goes back. He just lets that one go over his head. It bounds down to the 20, 19, maybe down to about the 17 and out of bounds. Boy, what a nice kick that turned out to be.
That's about a 50-yard punt from Asario. It went over Lumpkins' head, and he coffin cornered it out inside the 20. So the penalty actually works out to the Bulldogs' benefit as they picked up about 10 yards of field position defensively.
6:21 remaining in the first quarter. It's the FPC Bulldogs 7 and Matanzas nothing. It's time for a water break, at least for them on the field. You could take a water break if you'd like. I want to tell you about Woody's Barbecue, though. They're once again sponsoring the Woody's Player of the Game, the most outstanding player of each of our Flagler County High School broadcasts. In this one, we're going to have one from each team. And they get to eat Woody's toll-free lunch or dinner or snacks, whatever. Thanks, Woody's, for being a faithful sponsor of WNZF and Flagler County Athletics.
Well, it's a new season, Dr. Dave, so I have a question.
Okay.
I know in 2010 and 2011, our first 2 seasons together, this was not the case. Are we eligible for the Woody's Player of the Game this year?
You know, I looked into that, and I regret to inform you that we are still not eligible.
Well, it won't stop me from going to Woody's.
Okay, there you go. I'll go with you. All right, we are back. We've had our drink of water, and everybody's back on the field. Matanzas going from left to right across your radio dial. 1st and 10 from the 20. Alquazi Spencer, he's going to keep it. Runs to his left, cuts back to his right. He's up around the 30-yard line. I don't think he quite made the 30, but a nice run.
About a 11-yard
11 yards for the first down. Quasi looked like he was going to throw, and he tucked it, so I don't know if that was a delayed keeper or if that was a pass play where Quasi just saw an opening and took it. Either way, the result is a first down.
Okay, the ball just between the 29 and the 30. All right, they're signaling around and making the formation right, and there's Alquazi, hands off to the back, this time up and off to the races, and another first down. And guess who's down? One of the officials is down, but that looks like it might be DeAndre Lumpkins. on the play, right up the middle.
That time a little shotgun draw play, picking up 13 yards.
Up to the 42-yard line. 5:56 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 FPC, but here comes Matanzas. Elquazi Spencer. He's in the shotgun. He's got a back to his right. Now he's the back to his left. That's number 16, Brandon Fagan. And there's a give right up the middle too, Mr. Fagan. We're going to call that no gain. FPC ready for that one.
Second down.
Ran into Kentrell Kenner that play, and when you run into Kentrell Kenner, you stop.
Well said. 5:25 remaining in this first quarter. It's hard to believe it's the first quarter because FPC just came down and scored immediately. But again, here comes Matanzas up to the 43-yard line. This is second down. There's a ball. It's over Elquazi's head. He thought about picking it up, but did the smart thing. Just jumped right on it, recovered it, but a loss back to the 34-yard line.
Snap a little over Spencer's head, and you're right, he did the smart thing. Let's not try and pick it up and make a bad situation worse. Live to play another down, and it'll be third and about 17 for the Pirates here.
Although, you know, you hate to jump on those things and lose all those yards. Seems like you could just pick it up and run for the touchdown. Here's Elquazi. Speaking of running, he's out to his right. He breaks a couple of tackles, but he makes it to the 37, and that is all. FPC stops him well short of the first down. He's short of the first stick, and that's going to make it fourth down, and it's going to bring out, once again, Ian Hubbs, the punter.
That's 2 stops tonight for FPC. That was a good drive the Pirates had going. It just got stalled there at the end.
4:05, 4:03, etc. Well, down to 4 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. FPC 7-0 over Matanzas in this cross-county rivalry. Oh, there's a nice punt by Ian Hubbs. Fair catch by Hollins, and it is made down around the 25-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Where's the guy with the ball? Okay, he's walking around. He's going to throw it to the other one. Looks like it may be right on the 25-yard line, and that's where Flagler Palm Coast will take over. First and 10, 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. They already have the lead 7-0. Here they come. Besides Rickshay Nelson, hey, they got another big Jonathan Bross out there. He's a biggie too, isn't he?
Yes, he is. They've got a big offensive line, which is why I expected to see more of the tight formations. More like what we're seeing here. They're in a double tight set to start this drive.
All right, there's Colton Boyd. Off the pass, it's knocked up in the air, and is it intercepted? Yes, it is. Matanzas. Who intercepted that ball?
Jamie Rump intercepts the ball. He reaches up in front of Dustin Bowens, and he catches that ball and gives the Pirates the first turnover of the game.
Jamie Rump, I said in the opening that he really runs to the ball and seems to hit everybody in sight. Well, this time he hit the ball, knocked it up in the air, and intercepted it. So with 3:45 remaining in the first quarter, the first turnover of the game, FPC leading 7-0, but nice field position for the Matanzas Pirates on the FPC 30.
That's a big break for the Pirates. They can just get back to where they were and driving the ball down the field last possession.
Elquazi Spencer gives the ball to the running back. He is down to about the 26-yard line. Looks like Brandon Fagan again.
His third carry tonight. He's got 17 yards so far.
Yeah, he's built like a fullback, you know. Gives that kind of fullback kind of thing going.
He's got some big shoes to fill, replacing none other than Sean White, who school's all-time leading everything, I believe.
Oh yeah, off for the Naval Academy. There's Elquazi Spencer once again given to the running back off to the left side, and I don't think that was Brandon Fagan. It was somebody mighty quick.
That was DeAndre Lumpkins with his second carry tonight, only getting three about that time. It'll bring up third and short.
That's why he was quick. Okay, I don't think Brandon Fagan would be upset with me saying that Lumpkins is a little bit quicker than he is. 2:47 remaining, first quarter, clock is running. Let's see if Matanzas can take advantage of this turnover with good field position. Here's Alquazi rolling to his right. He was going to pass it. Now he's going to run with it. He's down to about the 22. He is close to the first down, but I think he may be a yard or so short.
Spencer looked for a second like he was going to go ahead and dump it off to Marcus Cooper, but instead decided to keep it himself, and it's going to be about a yard short. Big decision here for Coach Lagaki.
Now this may be within the range of Ian Hubbs, the field goal kicker, the sophomore field goal kicker. No, they're not playing it that way. Not close to the vest. Not Keith Lagaki. No, on fourth down, Alquazi Spencer is back there with, once again, Brandon Fagan beside him. And now the Pirates are going to talk it over.
Well, they saw FPC lined up in press coverage, ready to go, and I guess they wanted to think about what they're going to do in this situation.
Yes.
About a 39-yarder. That's within Hub's range.
So we got 2.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter, 7-0. The way FPC took that ball and just went right down the field, the first possession, I thought perhaps this would be a high scoring. I thought maybe they wouldn't stop them the second time, but this game has really settled down, and with 2.5 minutes left, there's seemingly no advantage right now between the two.
No, the coaches on both sides have made adjustments defensively to make stops. Matanzas was moving the ball very well on their second possession, and FPC was able to stand up. Norris Lightsey got them slowed down. And then on the FPC side of the ball, Matanzas defense has stepped up twice, making a 3-and-out and coming up with the interception. Looks like they're going to bring the offense back on the field here again for fourth and about 1.5, 2.
We're about ready to roll. Alquazi Spencer out at quarterback. Jake Lee, the center, over the ball. He centers it. There's a pass. Wide open, Brandon Fagan. Oh, he dropped the ball. Oh, man. He's going to be seeing that in his dreams as he had it. What a call. I mean, they did everything right except he took his eye off it. Wow. I mean, you've got your hands on your head like they're on your helmet.
Sometimes those are the toughest ones to catch, are the ones when you're wide open. You have a second to think that if I just put it in my hands, it's a touchdown. What a great call. Despite the result, what a great call by the Pirates there on fourth down, pardon me. You know, they had FPC fooled, but sometimes these things happen.
So FPC going to take over. 2:27 remaining in this first quarter. FPC already up 7-0. I tell you, that's got to be a touchdown in your heart, but not on the scoreboard. So I guess that doesn't help too much. Okay, there's Colton Boyd. He's in the shotgun. He gives it to a back, and that back is going. Well, he went forward for a minute, and then he started going backwards, and that was it. So we'll see where they spot it, but it's at least a yard or so loss. That was Devontae Emmanuel. Boy, they got a stable full of running backs.
Oh, yes, and Coach Campana likes to use all of them.
It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Once again, not huddling. Flagler Palm Coast High School. This is second down, and we're going to call it 11. Colton Boyd is going to take the ball from the center, and now, once again, he gets ready, and then he stands up, takes a look over to the sideline. Now he's ready again. Surveys the situation. Now he's going to throw it to his right, but he throws it down the middle, and there's Terrell Matthews, and he's to the 30, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, FPC! Wow.
76 yards for Terrell Matthews, and FPC's second touchdown pass of the night.
Oh, Colton Boyd, he took the ball. He looked over at Willie Gardner, and I thought he was going to throw it over there. But in the meantime, there's Terrell Matthews at number 6, streaking down the right side, and he just lifted up, and he didn't drop it, and he went for the touchdown. So with 1:27 remaining in this first quarter, we're making it 13-0. Johnny Osorio out to try to make it 14. The officials have stopped play for the moment. Boy, there's somebody on one knee for Matanzas. Looks like he's really gassed out there. It is a beautiful night for football, but I imagine if you're out there in pads and everything, it could be a little bit warm.
Especially the black uniforms. You know, there's still some sunlight down that end of the field. Colton Boyd, 3 for 5 for 76 yards and a touchdown so far tonight. You know, there were games last year where FPC failed to pass 100 yards in the game, so really liking this new look passing offense from the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's the kind of, if you're a quarterback, that's the kind of passing you like. You just kind of loft it up there, don't throw it very far, and the guy runs like crazy and he says, "Hey, that's a long pass." Looks like a 50-yard pass in the air.
Yep. Looks good in the box score.
Like a line drive to the box score, I was going to say. Here's Osorio. He's going to put the ball up, and that doesn't look like it's very good. Yeah, it did. It made it through. It wasn't pretty, but it made it on through. I'd have bet against that one, and I'd have lost. So with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter, FPC on a big play doubles their lead. It is 14-0. And we're going to see what Matanzas has up their sleeve when they get the ball. You are listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
Lumpkins and Tucker back to receive for the Pirates.
It's only 1:27 left to go in the first quarter. Nobody's huddling on the ball, and for some reason it's been a pretty long first quarter with punts and with lots of action.
Lots of action and lots of excitement. Yes, it's been a long quarter, but never a dull moment.
All right, Johnny Osorio puts the ball in the air, and it comes down to the 5, 10. Oh, going back to the other way. 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, down to about the 45. Who was that masked man?
That was Stephon Tucker.
I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Wow, he started to his left, cut back to his right. I thought he was dead meat out there, and he got through, and everybody was on their feet, and he got hit, and he kept going. Wow.
53 yards on the return. Again, like you said, looked bottled up about the 15, reversed his field, and just barreled his way down the sideline. Great field position for the second possession in a row for the Pirates.
Yeah, they're in FPC territory on their 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Here comes Alquazi Spencer out there. He's got running backs on both sides of him, and he kind of fumbles the ball, and then he does fumble the ball, and FPC recovers. Oh, he looked like he didn't handle it cleanly, and then he had it, and then he dropped it, and FPC just jumped right on it. Oh, after a big play, this is not going well at the moment for Matanzas. They've had some chances, and it looked good right there. But now they have to go against the FPC offense again with 1:10 remaining in the first quarter. FPC already up 14-0. They get the ball back, and they are up within 3 yards of midfield.
That's such a momentum killer. That might be one of those situations where Lumpkins is still learning the offense, because it looked like neither one of them was quite sure who was supposed to handle the ball on that play. First turnover of the night for the Pirates. Recovered, by the way, by Douglas and Subdal, junior defensive lineman for the Bulldogs.
2 wideouts to the right. Jimmy Robinson behind. There's another pass. And that was intercepted by Matanzas to the 40, to the 45. Across the 45-yard line goes Damon Hayden, the senior defensive back. Wow, again.
Well, that's the second interception in just 6 attempts for Colton Boyd. FPC staying aggressive, thinking more is good, some is good, more is better. Oh, there's a penalty, but it's against. Looks like they're going to add 15 to that with a face mask. Hayden's face mask was grabbed on the return.
We're having a little momentum swings, don't you think? 59.4 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it's FPC 14 and Matanzas nothing, but Matanzas has the ball in the FPC 39-yard line. Turnover, one good turnover deserves another, I guess.
And for the third straight time, Matanzas is going to start off in FPC territory. Need to put some points on the board, though, at some point.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can have a clean exchange. We do. And there's DeAndre Lumpkins around the right end. He's going to cut back to his left. He's going to cut back to his right, and he gets down to almost to the 35-yard line. What a run that was. He was like a slippery slope there.
Well, FPC had the fortune or misfortune, depending on how you look at it, of practicing against him every day last season. And they saw, maybe had some flashbacks to, you know, his elusiveness. That looked like he was going to be bottled up for a 3-yard loss, but he's so quick and so shifty, he reverses his field and turns it into a pretty good gain on first down.
All right, looks like second down and about 6.
Lumpkins with 3 carries and 7 yards on the night.
Okay, I don't know what the holdup is by the officials, but now we're ready to go. Alquazi Spencer about 5 yards behind the center. Got trips to the left, and he's going to run it to his right. And he's going to make, I don't know, a couple, maybe 3 yards, and then he's out of bounds. And that is the end of the first quarter. So after one quarter we've played, and there have been big plays, there have been turnovers, there have been disappointments. Just the second quarter has got to be, it's just got to come back and see it, okay? But after one, it is FPC 14 and Matanzas nothing, and you're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com. We're back at Matanzas High School, just about to begin the second quarter of play. 14-0 FPC as they've scored on a big play. Well, we'll tell you that as we go along. But now to do some play-by-play, I'd like to introduce my partner, Mr. Mike Licio.
Thank you, Dr. Dave. It looks like we've got third and about 3 here at the 33. Matanzas now going right to left on your radio dial. Spencer in the shotgun, faking to his left, Lumpkins to his right. You got receivers on either end. Number 17 coming in motion. That'd be Alvarado, and there's a handoff, and they're going to have Fagan stopped after no gain. It's going to bring up 4th and about 3 at the 32-yard line.
I don't know, at 14-0, I mean, wouldn't you consider punting and putting them back? I guess not. Well, let's see what happens. There's Mr. Hubbs coming on. Ian Hubbs, both the punter and the field goal kicker. So let's see what's going to happen here.
Well, it looks like Hubbs, it looks like he's going to kick. Oh, he was looking around for his holder. Yeah, they're going to try and attempt this. This will be from 49 yards.
Wow. Okay, he's a right-footed kicker.
Here's the snap, the placement, good hold, it's up. Does it have the distance? It's going to be just short.
Oh, about 3 yards short. Boy, it was a terrific kick, great form and everything, and had the ball spinning just the right way. But just, what did he need, 49? He probably got 46.
Yeah, just a bit short there, and FPC will take over at the 20. One difference between high school and college and the pros is that, you know, in the pros, if you kick it, you kick a field goal wherever it was kicked from. That's where the ball is spotted. In high school, it's a touchback, so you know, you still get, in that case, FPC still gained 19 yards, FPC. Matanzas gained 19 yards of field position by kicking the field goal just the same.
Oh, yeah, they had nothing to lose, really.
And there's Colton Boyd. He's got tight end to his right. He's got Jimmy Robinson in the backfield. receivers to his left.
I can see why the colleges are interested in this Dustin Bowens. What a big, good-looking athlete he is.
Hands it off up the middle of Robinson, and Robinson has gone nowhere. Robinson started off the game with a 29-yard run. Since then, 4 carries for 7 yards. Total of 5 carries for 36 yards on the night. It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Jesse Mosley in on the play. And Jamie Rumpf, of course. He's in on about every play from his middle linebacker position.
They go again, and the handoff over the left side to Robinson, and it looks like he gained about 4 before he's brought down by a host of Pirates. Somebody looks to be kneeling on the field on the play, and it looks to be number 4. And that would be Steverson Jean-Louis.
That's very well said. Steverson Jean-Louis.
Gracias.
We have an injury on the field. Official
And
timeout.
Yeah, he's down. He might be just exhausted. I don't know. We'll go with that as long as we're doing it. Once again, Woody's Barbecue is going to sponsor the Woody's Barbecue Player of the Game, and you got an early leader in the clubhouse. We're going to give one for each team here.
Well, it's hard to say. There's been so many big plays on both sides of the ball by both teams tonight. I know a couple of FPC guys who are in the running. I know a couple of Matanzas guys are in the running. I wouldn't want to give it away so early, though.
Oh no, we're just teasing them. 10:22 remaining in the first half now. FPC 14-0. I'm Dr. Dave. He's Mike Licio. Our first broadcast of the year. Couldn't be more excited. Now, you were at the Jacksonville Jaguars game last night, right?
Yes, sir, I was. Got to go and see the last tune-up before the season begins, and looking at a much improved team. There's a different energy around Everbank Field this year with Mike Malarkey and his staff taking over. You can just feel it, and you can see the improvements on the field.
So 3-1, right?
Yes, 3-1, and they got Minnesota coming up next week. Colton Boyd coming back onto the field with the FPC offense. Boyd so far 3 of 6 with an interception and 109 yards tonight. His favorite target so far, Willie Gardner, with 2 catches. Or maybe it's Terrell Matthews with his 76-yard reception.
Look at this formation.
Oh, there was stacked 3 running backs up, and the carry went to number 4, Marcel Williams, and he gains about 4. It looks like he's going to be short here.
Just short of the first down. Not by much, but doesn't take much. Marcel Williams plays both ways. Plays good defensive back. Had 3 interceptions last week, and he's another one of those small, lightning fast guys that Cesar Campana has on his side.
And it looks like Williams got the first down, but barely, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Well, that was a generous spot.
Colton Boyd back in at quarterback. Going to see 2 backs for the first time tonight. Joining Robinson in the backfield will be number 34, Jonathan Muniz.
Yeah, but he's way out to nowhere near. Well, they ran behind him.
And that was a give to Robinson up the right side for about 6 yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Hey, you talk about offset backs. The tailback was way behind, just behind the quarterback, and then the other guy was like 3 or 4 yards to the right, but they ran to the right behind the other guy. So now they got that weird formation again.
And here's Boyd under center. He takes the snap. He hands it off to Robinson. Robinson's going to be stuffed at the line. Looks like you got Stephen Mosley in on the play.
What a stutter step that was. He was just about to be tackled in the backfield, and I know that he didn't make anything on the play, but it was amazing he didn't lose 3 yards. He just stopped and started, and that's something you can't teach.
And I'm going to correct myself. That was Jesse Mosley on the play. Robinson now looks like he's going to be the go-to guy in the running game this year.
Looks that way early anyway.
Boyd back to pass, overthrown, intercepted again. His 2nd interception of the night is Damone Hayden. He takes that ball out of Willie Gardner's hands, and Matanzas will take over on the 25-yard line.
What a ball hawk he is, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, Willie Gardner had that ball. I mean, Willie was going up saying, I got it. I'm going to run for the touchdown. Well, Willie, I got news for you. Damon took it out of your hands, as Mike said. 8:22 remaining in the first half. 14-0 FPC, but here comes Matanzas again. The ball sitting smack dab on the 25-yard line, and Matanzas is over here meeting with the coaches while FPC is still on the field.
You want to talk about risk-reward football? Colton Boyd's last 4 passes, a 76-yard touchdown and 3 interceptions. And FPC has Spencer in the backfield with 2 running backs. Toss to Lumpkins, who was lined up behind him. He goes outside, and FPC's got him bottled up, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
You think they're watching for him?
I think so. Clearly they are.
There's the bands down there, by the way, at halftime. Both bands are going to perform. I understand they're going to do something together. I don't know if they're going to do something separate, but the FPC band is over there, the Bulldog band. Boy, they're a big outfit, and Matanzas got a few guys, people as well.
Twin backs in the shotgun with Spencer, Lumpkins and Fagan. Spencer takes a snap, hands off to Lumpkins, and Lumpkins loses his balance and falls forward for maybe a yard. Struggle tonight for Lumpkins, 5 carries, 7 yards.
Well, so far so good. They've just had him bottled up. Actually, they've had everything bottled up. The Bulldogs have looked very good on defense.
7:24 to go in the second. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 25. Matanzas trailing FPC 14-0. Got 2 wide receivers to the left. That'd be Tucker and Lumpkins. Spencer in the backfield, hands it off now, fakes the handoff, tucks it and runs himself and only gains about 4 yards. That'll bring up 4th down and about 7 from the 28-yard line.
Yeah, so now at the 28, and here comes field goal kicker again, but is he going to, well, he's got to kick from here.
Well, Tucker is out to hold. They're going to kick it from the left hash mark. Be about a 40-yard attempt.
Well, you know, he made 46 of 49 the last time. He needed 49, made 46, so he certainly has the range for this.
And they're lining up now. Tucker getting ready to call for the ball. The snap, he gets it down, the kick is up. It has a distance. Did it get through?
Yes,
it
knocks it through. Beautiful. Oh, and FPC was in. They just about blocked that, but Ian Hubbs, the sophomore, puts it down. What do we got here for an official length on that? We'll have to
40
check it
yards.
out. Oh, it's 40. 4-0 for Ian Hubbs. All right. So that gets Matanzas on the board. 6:23 remaining in the first half. FPC 14 and Matanzas nothing. They don't mind kicking it to FPC because they know they're going to get it back. And FPC keeps throwing the interceptions.
FPC with 3 turnovers on the night. Again, Colton Boyd, 3 of 7 so far. 3 interceptions. He's completed 3 passes to FPC. He's completed 3 to Matanzas.
Yeah, so he's actually 6 of 7 in terms of people catching them, but 3 of the wrong guys caught them. No, you know, he's kind of just laying it out there, isn't he? For the most part, and looks like pretty easy pickings out there, perhaps.
You know, maybe he doesn't have the confidence yet. It's still early in the season. He's coming off the injury. Maybe he just doesn't have the confidence to really, you know, fire the ball in there at this point. And so far, Damone Hayden particularly has taken advantage of that.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. Now, he's got, he may be one of our early favorites for the Woody's player of the game. I don't know. He's at least on the chalkboard.
He not only took the ball, he took the lead in the Woody's player of the game for Matanzas on that last FPC possession.
All right. Well, we're keeping track here, and you keep track with us at home.
Ian Hubbs set to kick off. Matanzas lining up in front of the ball in a huddle like they normally do. FPC's got Jimmy Robinson and Ramon Hollins back to return.
And the ball's on the 40-yard line.
They run up and jump and yell at the ball like they often do.
I don't know why they do that. That's the equivalent in baseball of faking to third and then faking to first, or throwing to first. Isn't it?
At least you can avoid the balk here.
Yeah, that's right.
Hubbs is back to kick up. He's running up. He steps into it. And it's a high end-over-end kick. Hollins will field it at the 5. He's going up the middle of the field. He's up to the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. Hubbs had a shot at him, couldn't bring him down, and they bring him down on the 50, on the 49-yard line. That would be a 46-yard return for Ramon Hollins. FPC will take over on the Matanzas 49.
Boy, and did you see him catch that ball? I mean, it was just, he has a really good pair of hands, and he takes those, he's got a long-legged young man, and he's taking those strides, and then he got cutting in and out and in and out. I mean, that was an amazingly good run back. I mean, what an athlete that young man is. Ramon Hollins is his name, number 9.
6:13 left to go in the second. FPC leading Matanzas 14-3. We've got double tight end set. Willie Gardner on one side, Ramon Hollins on the other at receiver. Jimmy Robinson in the backfield, Colton Boyd under center. He's going to take the snap. He's going back. It's a give to Robinson. Robinson up the sideline, got some room out the left sideline, and he gains about 24 yards, and that'll bring up a first down at the 27-yard line. A pickup of 22 on the play for Robinson.
That could have been 2 first downs. I mean, he made a first down, and then he went 10 yards more. But you know what? They're coming back. Oh, is that darn flag on the play. And here they come. They're marching back, and they're not stopping. Here they go. The officials got the ball. Holy cow, he's across the 50. He's down to the 46. He's down to the 45. It's a holding penalty.
That's the second FPC penalty of the night. That wipes away a big run for Jimmy Robinson. And I'll bring up first and about, it was a spot foul, so it's 10 yards from the spot at a hold. Bring up first and about 16.
Well, they're back on their own side of the 50.
Boyd out of the shotgun for the first time tonight. Hollins coming in motion. The give is to Devontae Emmanuel, and he's brought down for a loss of about 5 yards.
Oh, I thought for a moment that was a face mask, but he must not have. He must have gotten the helmet, but not the face mask. What a play that was.
Deshaun Miles on the stop for a 5-yard loss. It's going to bring up second and about 21.
Okay, here they come up to the line. Colton Boyd, he tried that shotgun thing, and now he's back up under center with the tailback way back behind him.
He's throwing out to the flat. He's got Willie Gardner for his 3rd catch of the game. Gardner, there's going to be a flag on the play, but Gardner picks up about 8 yards. We'll have to see what the call is.
Well, let's see. Jerry Avina's our referee, and he's just been told about holding on Matanzas. So let's see if they take the play. Well, it's a first down, so it's 5 yards and a first down. So I guess they would take it.
They're going to see what Coach Campana wants to do. Still trying to sort it out here. 5:16 left to go in the second quarter. 14-3 FPC leading Matanzas. Looks like Campana is going to decline the penalty and take the play.
That's a 10-yard penalty against the defense. It will remain second down. It will be second and about 14 yards.
Check that. That FPC accepts the penalty. It'll be second and about 12. Boyd handing it off up the middle to Emmanuel again, and he is dragging tacklers with him to the right side, and he picks up about.
Oh, he's still going.
Loose. He broke loose to the 30, the 20, the 10. He steps inside. He cuts inside to the 3-yard line. It looked like he was stopped for a loss, and Emmanuel picks up 46 yards and sets up 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Boy, that was 2nd effort and 3rd effort and 4th effort. Devontae Emmanuel. Wait a minute now. The officials are. Is this another flag on the play?
3 in a row, and that would take away the second big play of this drive for the Bulldogs.
That was down to inside the 5-yard line.
They had a holding penalty that negated a 22-yard run by Jimmy Robinson, and this one looks like it's going to take away a 46-yard run by Devontae Emmanuel.
Boy, interesting to see. Oh, there's another flag.
Looks like they're going to call an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Perhaps. Let's see.
Or is that a sideline warning?
See if somebody lost their cool on this one. Referee Jerry Avina, we'll keep our eye on him. He's going to let us know. Boy, there have been some mistakes in this game so far. Turnovers and penalties, and this is absolutely wild, and we still got almost 5 minutes left in the first half.
Well, here comes Jerry Avina. He looks like he's got it sorted out.
No, he turns around.
Maybe not.
Thought he had it for a minute. He's talking to Coach Cesar Campana over there.
They're discussing, Caesar prefers the ribs at Woody's. Jerry Avina prefers a burger.
Yeah.
I think it's all good.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever you put on my plate.
Good with the beans, too. All right, here we go. Now we're going to find out.
Well,
he's walking.
The owner of that silver BMW, your lights
now he's talking to Coach Keith Lagaki out there.
Of a silver BMW,
looks like they've moved the. Looks like they've assessed a 15-yard penalty on Matanzas, though, because this original line of scrimmage was the 49, and now they're spotting the ball at the 34. Or is this one of those plays where they walk it up and then walk it back? Because, well, they're still trying to sort this out.
Wow. You know what we need? We need a microphone down there.
As soon as we sort out these penalties, we'll give them to you.
Inadvertent whistle was involved in that play, and then unsportsmanlike against Matanzas. So the inadvertent whistle, actually they must have called Devontae Emmanuel down, and when he was still up, but they had to stop the play because the whistle blew, and obviously the Matanzas defense just stopped playing, and that's why Devontae Emmanuel did it. So they called it that, and then somebody said something about somebody's mom or something like that they should not have said.
Never bring the mothers into it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, anyway, the result, eventually we got there, and the result's going to be 1st and 10 at the 34 for the Bulldogs. It still works out for Matanzas that it's better to have 1st and 10 at the 34 than 1st and goal at the 4.
Yeah, absolutely,
So,
absolutely. See the bands down there still getting ready, but there's still some time left to go in this second quarter.
4:55.
4:55 still. They haven't run the clock at all. What's the score?
It's 14-3.
Oh, wow.
FPC over Matanzas, and they're coming out now onto the field, the offense and the defense. Colton Boyd's going to be under center. Robinson's going to be in the backfield alone. You got Bowens and Hollins to the right. You've got Terrell Matthews and Willie Gardner to the left. And they're finally whistling the ball in. Boyd calling out the signals, looks over to Cesar Campana. Calling out the audible. He gets under center again, takes the snap. It's a handoff to Robinson. Robinson going left again, and he's hit by Jamie Rumpf after about a 3-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 7 at about the 31-yard line.
I thought he was really going somewhere there, and all of a sudden it was like he hit the immovable object, Jamie Rumpf, and he came back.
About a yard gain on the play.
That is Robinson's 8th carry tonight. He's got 45 yards so far. Bringing up 2nd and call it 8. Boyd under center. Same formation last play. Fakes the handoff, rolling out. And it looks like Gardner's got it, but does he hang on? Oh, that was Dustin Bowens. He makes the catch for 6 yards out in the flat.
Oh, so he hung on to that ball.
That's Bowens' 2nd catch of the night.
Boy, he really got hit on that one. I thought that he had dropped it because the back really hit him, but he was able to hang on.
They'll bring up third and about 4. You got 3 running backs in the backfield now. You got Willie Gardner. You've got number 34, Jonathan Muniz, in front of him with Kentrell Kenner as a fullback. Boyd gives it up to Gardner. It's up the middle. And it's going to be close. Let's see where they spot it. They're spotting it just over the 30. It's going to probably bring up 4th and 1, depending on where the spot is. It doesn't look like he got the first down.
I think we've seen that formation before, where Willie Gardner is lining up behind the split backs who are behind the quarterback, and then they give it to him. Just another way of getting it to one of your best athletes.
4th and 1 here. Same formation. They're lined up real tight behind Colton Boyd. And they hand it off to Willie Gardner. He follows Kentrell Kenner through. Did he get it? It's going to be close. It looks like with the spot he does. Looks like he needed 1 and maybe got 1.5. We'll see here.
2:45 remaining in this first half. 14-3 FPC, and they have the ball and driving. They're inside of the 30-yard line. Yeah, first down, they say. Well, he couldn't have gotten that by much.
No, not at all. Willie Gardner, 4 carries, 10 yards on the night. Brings up 1st and 10 and about the 18-yard line. Colton Boyd under center again. Hollins to his right, Gardner and Matthews to his left. He drops out, he throws out to Gardner in the flat. Gardner breaks one tackle, but is stopped after about a 3-yard gain.
Number 24.
Yeah, it was just a swing pass out to the left. They've done that before, and some of those will break with Willie Gardner, break for long ones with Willie Gardner. But that one certainly didn't.
Jordan Castanera on the stop. Willie Gardner with his 3rd catch of the night. Boyd now lining up in the shotgun. He's got, looks like no, it's Devontae Emanuel behind him. He pump fakes, he's going downfield, he has a man open, and it's caught in and out of the hands of Terrell Matthews in the end zone. Colton Boyd had him, but Matthews could not hang on, incomplete.
Well, he was hit. I don't know who that was out there. It looked like it might have been Marquise Jones. Anyway, he was out there all alone. He pump faked, and the guy was out there just running by himself. But Marquise Jones, number 11, he managed to get just enough of him, and I believe that's what made him drop the ball.
It'll be 3rd down and about 9. Boyd in the shotgun. He's got Emanuel to his right, three receivers to the right. Bowens, Matthews, and Hollins. Gardner to the left. Boyd rolling left. Has Willie Gardner. Oh, incomplete. Almost intercepted. They're going to probably call offensive pass interferences. Dustin Bowens was over Damone Hayden as he was trying to get his 3rd pick of the night.
Yeah, now I wouldn't think that would be interference. It might be. But after the ball went through the hands, the offensive guy threw the defender to the ground. So that might be a personal foul. I don't know. Once again, we'll have to see what referee Jerry Avina called. But whatever he did, whatever was done right over there in front of the official. And that's not a good place to do it. If you're going to have your hand in the cookie jar, do it when mom is...
We have a personal foul.
Yeah, that's a personal foul on the Bulldogs. 1:53 remaining in the half, 14-3 Bulldogs. Oh, man. You know, that pass was almost intercepted anyway, and then to make things almost worse, I guess, we get this penalty.
It's going to be a costly penalty. It should bring up 4th and 25 at the 33-yard line.
Boy, both teams in this game have dropped, just about a sure touchdown pass. Again, this one may not have been as sure as the Matanzas drop, but still, they were right down in the end zone and they were alone, and both teams couldn't capitalize. Both teams can't capitalize on a lot of things tonight so far.
I would think, well, we've only got 1:53 left here in the second. It's 14-3 FPC. They've got a 14-3 lead. It should be 4th down. We'll see.
4th and 24. Look at 4th and about a half a mile. Look at how far they have to go. The stick down there.
Well, they're saying it's 3rd down, which is interesting because that should have been a dead ball play and it should have been 4th down.
3rd down, they're going to run for it.
And that's going to be Emanuel up the middle, and he's not going to get much. And it's going to bring up now 4th and about. Well, they got to get to the 13, so it's going to be 4th and about 24 now.
Ticking down to a minute and a half left in the first half. It's been a very eventful first half. It's 14-3 FPC. They scored on their first possession to make it 7-0. It hung around 7-0 for a while. Matanzas couldn't take advantage of some interceptions. Well, we'll go over all of that at halftime. What else are you you have something that you're gonna do at halftime?
Well, this week we'll go over the district preview for Matanzas. We'll go over what competition they have. It's going to be a tough district for them this year. Yeah,
they've changed districts, and they're always doing things and moving things around. Remember when they were in with St. Augustine for so many years, and everybody was playing for second place, and now they don't have St. Augustine in their thing this time, do they?
No, they don't, but they do have some tough competition, and we'll talk about that at halftime.
All right,
we'll go over some stats as well. Colton Boyd so far 5 of 10, 118 yards. Willie Gardner has 3 catches for 36 yards. Terrell Matthews with a 76-yard touchdown catch. On Matanzas' side, Quasi Spencer, 8 carries, 23 yards. 1 of 2 passing still for 0 yards. That one pass back to the line of scrimmage to Marquise Jones back in the first quarter.
Johnny Osorio back to punt, going from left to right. Remember FPC with the white jerseys and the green helmets and the green pants. Standing right on his 50, Osorio. He sort of, what would you call that?
He just kind of gave a little half kick into it, but what a great result is it's going to pin FPC is going to pin Matanzas down at the 8-yard line with 1:33 left in the first half.
So we'll see. One thing we haven't seen in this game, a huddle.
No,
I mean, neither team has huddled.
Sure could use one at this point. We need a break.
Yeah. It's been a beautiful game. This is a cross-county rivalry, and what is up with all of these police cars with their bubble machines on over there?
I'm really not sure.
Something
I guess
going on to our left. They're having all kinds of fun. They're doing it without us. And look at the moon over there. Beautiful, big, round. Is this a full moon tonight?
That I am not sure.
If it's not, it's close. Beautiful up there in the sky.
Spencer takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, going up the middle of the Lumpkins. Almost brought it in with one hand, but it's incomplete.
If it hadn't been for that darn defender, Alex Evans, he might have had it. But you know, have you noticed that these, if it wasn't for the defense, the offenses would have a lot more fun.
It certainly would make the game a lot easier. FPC has outgained Matanzas tonight 177 to 47. They'll take the snap out of the shotgun here. It's 2nd and 10 at the 8-yard line. Spencer taking the snap. Oh, he mishandled the snap, picks it up, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Able to avoid the safety, and with 1:21 left, it'll be 3rd and about 16 from the 2. 1:12 on a rolling clock, 14-3. FPC leads here in the second.
All ones on that clock.
Timeout by FPC.
All right, that's why. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's step away for a minute. 1:11 left, or a moment, shall we say. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com. Back to football here.
Spencer takes the snap out of the shotgun, dropping back, looking to throw. Underneath and incomplete out of the backfield. That was intended for Lumpkins.
Was that out of the backfield? Looked like it. They're mighty close to the end zone back down there, aren't they?
We've got a steep angle. Look at Lumpkins slow to get up, but he's walking it off now. It'll bring up 4th down now for the Pirates at their own 2. Ian Hubbs will be kicking out of the shadow of his own goalpost.
Oh,
if he jumps up, he's going to hit his head on the goalpost.
Yeah, you have to jump high though. And then Coach Tony Z will immediately draft him for the basketball team. 1:06 remaining in the first half, 14-3. FPC, they're about to get the ball in pretty darn good field position, or it would seem that way anyway.
Well, they're whistling the clock now. They're whistling the ball back in play. Hubbs waiting for the snap.
Ramon Hollins, he's 35.
Hubbs gets a pretty good kickoff. It's going to bounce at the 30. It's going to roll and drop at the 37-yard line. It gets Matanzas out of the shadow of their own goalpost, but FPC will have good position to start this what should be the last drive of the half. FPC leading 14-3, 58 seconds left.
You say that after what you've seen here, that this should be the last. There's a minute left in this game.
True.
I mean, this half. This is there could be 3 possessions for each team.
We had 3 possession changes on 3 consecutive plays earlier in the quarter. A quarter that seems to have started so long ago.
Oh, what a nice crowd we have on a nice night. I tell you, it started out to be muggy and all that, but looking good. Okay, back to football.
Boyd in the pistol formation. Fakes the handoff to Robinson. Looking downfield, he has Willie Gardner. Willie Gardner catches it at the 20 and gets inside the 18, gets out of bounds about the 17-yard line, and a pickup of 22 on first down.
And no penalty. That's good. You know, that kind of looks easy when it works, doesn't it? I mean, he just goes down there, he stops, then he throws the ball to it. I mean, how hard can that be? Apparently harder than it looks.
Gardner's 4th catch of the night. Boyd now by himself in the shotgun as Robinson's out at wide receiver with Hollins, Bowens, Matthews, and Gardner. Takes the shotgun snap, drops back, looks, fires to Willie Gardner a little high and incomplete. Gardner might have had a chance at that, but it had a lot of zip on it. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from about the 18-yard line. Oh, yeah, Willie Gardner, the basketball player, he went up high for that one, and you're right. It just had a little too much zip. Got through his hands. It wasn't too high for him. You have to... I believe he's about 6'5", and he can really jump. 35.9 seconds left here in the first half. FPC up 14-3. Boyd lined up in the pistol formation, which is about halfway between the tailback, Jimmy Robinson, and the center. Bowens is lined up in the slot. Hollins to his right. On the left side, we got Matthews in the slot. We got Gardner to the left. Referee's whistling the ball in. Oh, yeah. Caesar Campana saying, come on, keep this thing going, will you? Boyd takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Robinson. Hit as he throws. He's got Bowens in the corner, but just out of his hands. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. Good defensive play out there that made a shambles out of that play. That's one of the Mosleys, right? That was Stephen in pursuit, number 46. Stephen Mosley's a senior, and Jesse Mosley is the junior, and they make up a mighty formidable pair on the defensive line of Matanzas. 3rd and 10. Boyd in the shotgun all by himself. Takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Good pressure. Dumps it off underneath and incomplete. Intended for Willie Gardner, and it'll bring up 4th and 10 at about the 18. 26 seconds left to go in the first half. And a timeout on the field. That'll be a timeout by FPC.
Timeout FPC.
Well, the people from the FPC band are headed up to take pictures or whatever they do. So, there they are out on the field. They're getting ready. The Matanzas band is getting ready. The bowl machines are still going out there. And the nice full moon is still going. So we got a great night. I wish you were here, but I'm glad you're with us. I'm Dr. Dave. He's Mike Licio, and we're ready for a whole big season of Flagler County High School football. This is only the beginning. And what a beginning it's been. It's going to be a great season if every game ends up being like this one. This has been a back-and-forth contest. It's 14-3, but Matanzas has had their shots. They made some big plays on defense with 3 interceptions in the first half, 2 of them by Damone Hayden. And they come out on the field, a 4th down. And it looks like, is Osario going to attempt a kick? It certainly looks like it. He is. Marcel Williams is his holder. This will be about 37 yards. Osario's first attempt of the season. He certainly is capable of hitting this. There's the snap. Williams down with the hold. The kick is up. It's a line drive kick. It's no good. Missed it wide left. By this much. Very close. And that will keep the score at 14-3 FPC with 18.9 seconds left. Matanzas will take over on the 20. It'll be interesting to see what we do here. What will you see Matanzas do here? You know, normally Matanzas has been a wide open passing offense. They've only attempted 4 passes in the first half, completing 1 for no yards. You know, we think of the spread as being a passing offense, and, that's a logical assumption. But sometimes it's really not. And sometimes, like this first half, they just get out there, they spread everybody out, and then when you spread out, you can run, you can do different things. This is like a puzzle. So it's only an 11-point game, going there. We think it's going to be an 11-point game at the half, and we'll see what happens. Matanzas gets the ball to open the second half.
Spencer out in the shotgun. He's got number 2, and that would be Raheem Booker to his left. He's got Spencer in the slot to his right. Booker goes in motion. Here's the handoff. It's to number 7. That would be Cooper. Cooper throws it downfield and just out of the hands of Marquise Jones. That was Marcus Cooper taking the handoff, rolling to his left and trying to throw the ball downfield. A little trickeration there.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to run off the clock. You know, they never do anything like that, do they?
That's a good point you were making earlier about the spread. Sometimes, you know, when Urban Meyer ran the spread at Florida, you know, when Team Tebow was there, it was thought of as a passing offense, but Tebow rarely threw more than 20 to 22 times a game. And they had such speed and Demps and Rainey and Harvin that, you know, they rarely put the ball in the air a lot.
You know, we're going to have to talk about the Gators at halftime, too.
Spencer back to throw. He hits. He's got it complete. Who is that with the ball? That is number 7. That's Marcus Cooper with his first catch of the night.
But I think the clock's going to win this one. 1 second.
And that's it. It was a 3-yard gain to end the half.
FPC 14, your Pirates 3.
All right, we have played one half of football from Matanzas High School, the cross-county rivalry on WNZF. You're listening to Flagler County High School. Oh, I should tell you, at the end of the first half, it is Flagler Palm Coast High School 14, Matanzas High School 3. But Matanzas is going to get the ball when the second half starts. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the FPC Marching Bulldogs. Tonight's performance features the music of their show entitled America. They're opening with Coming to America, made popular by Neil Diamond. And then their second tune is American Band. Drum makers, is your band ready? You may take the field for your halftime performance.
High School in Palm Coast. If you're listening on the web, you have caught a station, WNZF.com, from Palm Coast, Florida. We are over on 95, about 5 miles from the ocean as crow flies, and almost midway between St. Augustine and Daytona Beach. Those of you who are listening, you know, because you live here. We are at the half of the big cross-county rivalry, and the road team has the advantage. It is Flagler Palm Coast High School 14 and Matanzas High School 3. We are being entertained right now. The crowd is by the Bulldog Band from Flagler Palm Coast High School, and afterward it's going to be the Big Blue Band, the Band of Pirates from Matanzas High School. Well, Mike, you are taking a look at some of the play, some of the scores around the high school. Some mighty interesting things going on, aren't you?
Yes. I've got a district update. Ponte Vedra is trailing Orange Park 7-3 at halftime. Nice is up 17-10 on Bartram at halftime. That's all I have for District 4-5A. Other scores coming in. Mainland beating DeLand right now, 9-3 at the half. Warner Christian, who's got former FPC coach Steve Allen down there, they're beating Jack's Temple Christian 66-0 at the half.
You know, I just read in the paper they had a feature on Bentley Critcher, and the Critcher brothers played at FPC. Ken Lee Critcher graduated from FPC, and Bentley did play quarterback at FPC, and now he transferred to Warner Christian. He just is a wide receiver now, and he's still the kicker and the punter. And I saw, you know who I saw? I saw his mom. I was at the Golden Arches, and I saw his mom and their little brother, Riley Critcher, goes to Warner Christian as well. So they're leading 66-0 at the half.
At the half. I think this is the first game for Jack's Temple Christian. I believe this is their first game. I think they're a new school this year.
Well, they better call off the Dogs, huh?
You would hope so. You would hope they wouldn't want to double that and make it 132-0, but you never know.
Yes, sir. So that's some interesting things. Now you talked about Creekside, and you talked about Ponte Vedra. Who's in? You were going to go over the district of Matanzas. Does Matanzas play both of those teams?
They do play both of those teams. It's a very tough district this year. Last year, Ponte Vedra was the district champ. They won 10-2, and then Creekside was the runner-up. So this year, though, it's a whole new year, and Ponte Vedra is coming in again, the favorite to win the district. They were ranked in the state poll last year. They weren't ranked to start the season, but they're 10-2, led by Mike Lloyd, who's in their 5th season as their coach. Mike Lloyd played in the USFL for the Oklahoma Outlaws, and he also coached Jermaine Gresham of the Cincinnati Bengals in high school, back at Ardmore High School in Oklahoma.
Wow.
Ponte Vedra lost quarterback Perry Orth, but they're still led by running back Cole Mazza, a guy we saw twice last year, and we'll see him once again this year as Ponte Vedra does play FPC.
Oh, yeah, Cole Mazza. What happened to Mr. Orth? Did he graduate?
He did graduate. I know that the Florida Atlantic was looking at him. I don't know where he ended up, though, unfortunately. Creekside was the runner-up last year. They're looking to be the runner-up this year again. They were 8-4. The big story for Creekside last year is they made the playoffs for the first time. They played number 4 ranked undefeated Bishop Kenny High School and beat them 30-27 at Bishop Kenny.
Wow.
They're led by Greg Stanton, who's in his 5th season with Stanton and with Creekside, his 15th overall. Then you've got Palaca High School coming off a 4-6 campaign. They fired their head coach and replaced it by Palaca grad Willie Offord, who was in his 1st season at Palaca, and Palaca's looking to come back to the playoffs for the first time since 2010 when they lost to Clay 34-10. Really, they'd like to get back to the days when they were the state champions back in 1981. They were the runner-up in '83 as well.
Oh yeah, some of these schools around like Daytona Beach and places like that have students that go to this school and that school, and they'll go to the Christian school and then they'll transfer here. There are guys that are 4 years in their 4th school. Well, in Palatka, they don't have that problem much. They all go to Palatka High, and they sure should have some athletes there. And if they ever get it back together, they're going to be trouble.
That's true. They've got a long history, Palatka does. Speaking of schools with history, mostly a recent history for them, But the next school on the list is none other than Nice High School, who won the state 4A championship in 2005 and 2006 and was the runner-up in 2007. Tim Tebow was the quarterback on the 05 team, and then they were led to 2 more state championship appearances by Ted Stakaitis. This year, they're led by a former Gator quarterback, not Tim Tebow, but Shane Matthews in his first season.
Matthews, good old number 9 for the Redskins.
14 years in the NFL, and he's going to give coaching a hand. And right now, they're actually up on a heavily favored Bartram Trail team, 17-10 at the half.
Wow, did Shane Matthews play for the old ball coach?
I believe he did. Well, I know he did at Florida. I believe he did in the NFL as well. During that stretch that the Redskins fans would like to forget.
Yeah, the ill-fated experiment. Often that does not bode well in any sport. Once in a while, it'll translate. But you take people like Nick Saban. Certainly did not work out well for him. Steve Spurrier. I mean, these guys are top-flight college coaches. And that's why, fans of Urban Meyer are glad that he didn't make the jump there.
It is a very hard transition. You've seen some guys with some success. John McKay, although it took him a long time to get there, had some success at the NFL level. Jimmy Johnson, of course, is the benchmark. Barry Switzer did a good job for a while as well. But you're right, by and large, there's more guys like Steve Spurrier and more like guys like Bud Wilkinson than there are Jimmy Johnson.
You're listening to WNZF or WNZF.com, wherever you are. We are at halftime. I'm Dr. Dave. He's Mike Licio, and we are talking some football as we have been watching some football. At the half, it's Flagler Palm Coast High School 14 and Matanzas 3. Now, you mentioned the Gators. The Gators open tomorrow against Ball State. Now, that sort of tradition got started. Did Urban Meyer coach at Ball State?
Urban Meyer did coach at Bowling Green.
At Bowling Green, that's right. Am I saying Ball State?
You got Letterman on your mind.
Okay, Bowling Green, Ball State. Who are they playing tomorrow?
They're playing Bowling Green.
There you go. I had them playing Western Kentucky because Western Kentucky is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I got all these things. So tomorrow they're playing.
They're playing Bowling Green.
They're playing Bowling Green. But that isn't where Urban Meyer coached.
He did coach at Bowling Green.
Oh, he did coach at Bowling Green, but not Ball State.
Not Ball State. David Letterman went to Ball State.
That's okay. Anyway, they're playing Ball State, and we don't know. They cannot figure out who their quarterback is going to be. They got Jeff Driscoll. They have Jacoby Brissett. Do you have any inside information on what's going to happen there?
My inside information would be just as good as flipping a coin at this point, because I don't even think Will Muschamp really knows who he wants to start. I'm really surprised that after all these practices that no one has seen, by the way, because UF keeps everything under wraps, but I'm very surprised at this point that somebody hasn't emerged to be a starter. And the old saying, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. So if you're a Gator fan, I'd be a little concerned right now. My personal thought is that Jacoby Brissett would be the guy for the job. He seemed to have a little more success and a little more consistency last year, but F. Driscoll has the intangibles. He has the size. He has a little bit more speed. He has all those things that coaches are looking for these days in that physical prototype. So I don't know. I try to make a decision on, myself to come to grips with it, and I don't know.
Well, then you got Florida State. They're going to play Murray State tomorrow night. The Florida game. Florida, actually, the people out in Vegas can put a little wager on that. 29-point favorite of the Gators. Anyway, Florida State is playing Murray State tomorrow night. Jimbo Fisher likes the way his team is blocking and tackling. Are you looking for a good season from Florida State?
This could be a big year. This could be the year that Florida State finally returns to prominence. It's going to come down to E.J. Manuel. Is he going to finally become the consistent quarterback instead of showing the flashes that we all know he has? He's got a lot of ability. He's got a lot of talent throwing the ball, running the ball, directing the offense, and being a leader. Can he put it all together for an entire season and make it a very special run for Florida State? Remains to be seen.
Well, as the sports director at WNZF, I talk a lot about Florida and Florida State because I know people are interested in that. But every once in a while, I get a little bit of flack from somebody from University of South Florida or Central Florida over in Orlando that I do not talk about them. Central Florida played, was it last night they played? They played at Akron anyway and beat the Akron Zips. I mean, they beat them like a drum. They scored over 60 points up there. And the interesting part, well, one of the interesting parts, is that Akron is coached by Terry Bowden. Terry Bowden, the old Auburn coach. He coached Auburn, and then he hasn't been seen for a long time. I mean, he coached Division II and everything. Do you have any information, or do you have an opinion, or have you ever heard anything about why has Terry Bowden been such a missing man all these years?
I've been trying to figure it out for about 15, 16 years now since he left Auburn, because he had some great years at Auburn. And yeah, they declined in the end, but you know, you would have thought at some point somebody would have given him a shot. Remember, they were under probation at the time when he had his most success at Auburn, so you would think a guy with his back against the wall like that with such success would be given another shot. It's very odd to me that he never got a chance. You know, I understand why his brother Jeff Bowden, who was not very popular at Florida State as an offensive coordinator, I understand why he's faded into oblivion. I never really got why we never heard from Terry Bowden again.
Well, someday, perhaps, we'll find out. Well, we are at halftime here at Matanzas, and it's the cross-county game between Flagler Coast High School and Matanzas. They've been at halftime. Is the score still the same as it was, Mike?
I believe it is. It's still 14-3 by my count.
Okay, no scoring from the locker room. Go over some of the stats. I mean, this was an amazing first half, wasn't it?
It was a pretty up and down first half. FPC started off the score and getting up and down the field in a hurry, and Marcel Williams hit Willie Gardner for a 5-yard touchdown pass, and Johnny Osorio added the extra point to make it 7-0. Then there was a couple of turnovers by both teams. Matanzas had a fumble, FPC had an interception, and FPC got the ball back, and Colton Boyd hit Terrell Matthews for a 76-yard touchdown, and Osorio added the extra point to make it 14-0. Then we had a seesaw second quarter with 2 more interceptions, both by Damone Hayden for Matanzas, but the only score in that result was a 40-yard field goal by Ian Hubbs to make it 14-3 with 6:23 left.
It's 14-3, but Matanzas will get the ball to start the second half. So we'll see what Coach Keith Lagaki and company thought of in the at halftime. And they certainly have had some wrinkles, and they've had their chances. That's for sure. I mean, the really the biggest chance was when there was a ball that was dropped just wide open. The player going into the end zone, and that was a real momentum breaker. And at the time, and these games, hey, momentum is a big deal here.
Brandon Fagan had a wide open touchdown pass on 4th and 1 and was not able to hang on. FPC outgained Matanzas 198-45 in the first half, but don't let that number fool you. That Matanzas defense has played extremely well, forcing 3 turnovers and keeping the Pirates in the game.
Once again, Woody's Barbecue sponsoring the Woody's Player of the Game, the most outstanding player of each of our Flagler County High School broadcasts. And usually only one team, but this time both of our teams are here, so there's going to be 2 winners, and each one gets to eat at Woody's, lunch or dinner or snacks, whatever, for these guys. They could have like the prime rib for a snack. Thanks, Woody's, for being a faithful sponsor of WNZF and Flagler County Athletics. I feel like Woody's Barbecue would sort of hit the spot right now. What do you think?
Oh, it would be wonderful. I can just see a plate of ribs right here on the counter, and well, you'd have to do a lot more talking, I would say that for sure, because there'd be sauce everywhere. I just need a plate of ribs and a ton of wet naps, and I'd be good to go.
And once again, Waste Pro is going to present the Waste Pro Academic and Athletic Excellence Award this year. There's going to be 4 winners for each Flagler Palm Coast and Matanzas. There are some tremendous athletes and students all rolled into one. So Waste Pro, thanks for that. These certificates and checks or some sort of thing going to them. We are ready for second half action, and there is the kickoff. Johnny Osorio gets into the ball, and it goes to Matanzas, and it's out of bounds. No, it was caught. No, was it? There's a penalty flag on the play. So we're just like it was the first half. We haven't progressed at all. We just got another flag.
Let's see what the call is.
Oh, nice throw by the Matanzas guy.
Looks like Raheem Booker was hit a little late after he was out of bounds on the play, so be 15-yard penalty. That'll be FPC's 4th of the night. 4 penalties for 45 yards for FPC thus far.
Wow, 4 big penalties.
And that takes what was good field position to start, and it makes it great field position as the Pirates are going to start on the 47 as they try to climb back into this game. Spencer was 2 for 4 for 4 yards in the first half. He'll try to improve on that, obviously, as we go forward.
Yeah, there's only played 3 seconds here in the second half, and it's 14-3 FPC. Matanzas with the ball going from right to left across your radio dial, and rolling out to his left is Spencer. He throws it long, incomplete, threw it into double coverage, and the ball bounced off the defender, then bounced off the receiver, then the other defender had a shot, and the receiver is still down there on the ground. He's a long way away from us, so we don't know who it is.
It's hard to see. You are correct. I thought I might have seen, well, I don't want to say for sure who it is, and just in case I say it, I don't want to get anybody alarmed if it isn't.
Yeah.
But the receiver was double covered on that play and made a great, Andrew Folk made a good play on the ball, but he just couldn't hang on.
And I want to say that the way he's looking, he had the wind knocked out of him. Now, that may not be right at all, but I know that when you get the wind knocked, have you ever had the wind knocked out of you?
It's not a pleasant experience.
Man, oh man. One time I talked to a guy and I said, you have the wind knocked out of you. You feel like you're going to die. And the guy said, yeah, and I hope you do. There he goes. He is up and running over here. And that young man, number 11, Marquise Jones. Oh, that's some good news, isn't it?
Yes, and I think he just needed, you're absolutely right, I think he just needed a quick breather. He had 2 guys roll over him. He was covered that time by Sammy Cooper and Andrew Folk. And there was a collision, but he is up and moving around. And
Alquazi really shouldn't have thrown that ball. I mean, it turned out to be okay, because just incomplete. 11:50 remaining in the third quarter, 14-3 FPC. 2nd and 10 for Matanzas. Good field position. 47-yard line, their own 47, but only 3 yards from midfield. Alquazi Spencer flanked by a couple of guys. Now he hands it off to one of them, and he's off to the races. And there's a fumble. That's DeAndre Lumpkins, and who has it? FPC thinks they have it. And no, they do not. Matanzas retains control. Woo! Boy, they dodged a bullet there, if I may be on the all-cliche team.
Yes, and Lumpkins, that ball popped out of his hands, and it looked like maybe he was just thinking he had some open field and, forgot to secure the ball. The Pirates, very lucky to hang on to that one. Picked up about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 from about the 48. This is a critical drive. You need to get some points and try and get into the end zone. At least get 3 on the board. You don't want to keep giving the ball back to FPC.
No, that's certainly not a positive thing. That may be the prescription for a loss.
Break.
1-2. Here's Alquazi. He's up the middle for a first down and more. He's across the 40 down to around the 35-yard line. Quick as a wink. Alquazi Spencer. He just stood there for a second, and then boom, he was gone up the middle. Wow.
First down on the keeper there for Spencer. That's his 10th carry of the night for 28 yards.
He knew one was going to pop, and it did. And now he takes the ball from center. Is he going to run again? No, he points down there. Looks like he's going to pass it. Now he's going to be tackled in his backfield, back on the 43 or 44-yard line. He went out there rolling to his right. You see, he was pointing like Babe Ruth. You go over there. And while he was pointing, the FPC, one of the FPC defenders, actually more than one, said, well, point on down there, my friend. You're going down. And he did.
2nd and 17. He was looking for an open receiver, and by the time he was ready to throw it away, the Bulldog pass rush had gobbled him up and taken him down.
This certainly is an exciting game. 9:50 remaining in the third quarter, 14-3 FPC. I mean, if you like action, you got to love this game. Now here's Alquazi with the ball. Boy, he is hit just as he throws. It goes up in the air, and he was lucky that wasn't intercepted. Who was that in on him?
That was number 90, Douglasson Subtle, who hit him as he was throwing the ball. He took a shot, but he is up and ready for the next play, Spencer. We know he's tough.
Wow. Yeah, this Douglasson, G-O-D, D as in dog, O-U-G-L-A-D-S-O-N. That's his first name, Douglasson. And Subtle, S-U-B-T-Y-L. He's a defensive lineman, a junior, and looks like a good player. Although we can't pronounce his name.
He had a fumble recovery earlier in the game. He's had a pretty good night.
Think they call him Doug?
I hope.
We can call him Doug. All right, here we go. We're on third down. Rolling out to his left, Alquazi Spencer. He was going to run, but he's not going to get anywhere. Well, he's knocked out of bounds, and he's down over here. Got his legs around the trash can. That was a pretty good move there. So that's going to bring up fourth down. And the punter is up. So they had some good field position to open the second half. Couldn't do anything with it.
And for the most part, they've had good field position all night. They've started most of their drives actually in FPC territory. This one just outside of it on the 47. Picked up a first down, but they haven't been able to really sustain anything. Now their hope is that Hubs will be able to keep the ball out of Ramon Holland's hands and pin him deep.
Well, let's see. Oh, number 5 is warming up. Isn't that the other quarterback? Jeremiah Wilson, the sophomore.
Spencer Cook took he got hit hard on the second down, and on third down, he kind of tumbled out of bounds. Snap, airmailed over Hub's head, and he's just going to have to fall on it at the 29-yard line. It'll be a loss of about 30, and that's where FPC is going to take over on the 29-yard line.
I don't know if center Jake Lee was hit or what it was, but boy, you're right. That was airmailed. And here's FPC with good field position. So we shall see what goes on. FPC again going from left to right across your radio dial. We go from one extreme to the other. Here they are. Good field position for Matanzas. Couldn't do anything with it. And now it's great field position for FPC. They already lead 14-3.
You start to get concerned if you're Matanzas. How many more stops can you make? How many more opportunities can you give your offense in this game? There's Boyd. He hands off up the middle to Emmanuel. Emmanuel breaks loose to the left sideline. He's got some room. He's inside the 15, the 10, and he's going to be brought down at the 9-yard line. Pickup of about 22 yards for Devontae Emmanuel on his fourth carry tonight. He's got 4 carries for 21 yards on the night. There's a flag on the play, it would appear. Let's see what the call is.
Oh, really?
Well, it doesn't look like there's a...
Emmanuel takes the ball inside the 10. It'll be first and goal, FPC.
Lots of breaks. Send it to you a few times.
There it is. That'll be first and goal at the 9-yard line. There was no flag on the play. Boyd lined up in a double tight set under center. He's got Jimmy Robinson behind him. Hands it off to Robinson. Robinson up the middle, and he's going to... Did he get in? He's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. Pickup of 8. Bring up second and goal at the 1. Robinson, 9 carries, 53 yards on the night. And FPC is knocking on the door. Be second and goal at the 1. 8:29 left. FPC up 14-3. 8:29 left in the third. Looking to knock it home. Make it 21-3 here.
Oh boy, 21-3. I mean, it was 14-3 at the half. And here's Matanzas. Well, anyway, that's old news.
Devontae Emmanuel with the carry up the middle, and he scores for a touchdown. 1-yard run for Devontae Emmanuel.
All right, make it 20-3, and our buddy Johnny Azario is going to be on to try to make it 21-3. 8:10 left to go in the third quarter. We are at Matanzas High School. I'm Dr. Dave, and he is Mike Licio, and we are about to see, well, they're going to go up 18. This is getting a little bit serious for Matanzas, but it's still early. And with a big strike offense, they can get back.
And it's good.
The kick is up and good.
Osorio tacking on his third extra point in tonight to make it 21-3.
So with 8:10 to go in the third quarter, it's FPC 21, Matanzas 3. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
Raheem Booker, number 2, and Stefan Tucker, 8, back to receive for the Pirates.
All right, we're about ready for a kickoff, Mike Lucio.
That we are. It's 21-3 here in the third quarter. Johnny Osorio getting the kickoff. Looks like we've got number 8, Tucker, back there, and it's going to actually come down to number 2, which is Raheem Booker, and Booker's going to field it at about the 15, and it looks like he's dropped at the 23. There was a scramble for the ball.
Yeah, speaking of dropped, the official back there, the referee actually, dropped his flag again. I think that it was intentional that he dropped it. Let's see what he has to say. He threw it right into the pile. I mean, he just kind of underhanded it.
Just reminder, students, if you need your parents
Oh, I think they're saying, well, we'll wait and see.
Just a reminder, all
Oh, come on. The suspense is killing us, Jerry Avina.
from your parents will be in front of the school.
He's talking to him. We have a change in quarterback. In the meantime, I see Jeremiah Wilson. I was going to say the freshman, but he's a sophomore. Oh, he picks up the flag. Forget that it ever happened.
I never saw anything.
No, I didn't either.
Spencer took a big shot on second down on that last series, as we talked about, and then kind of took a tumble out of bounds on the third down play. So maybe they just need to give him a few minutes to get the cobwebs out. We shall see.
Jeremiah Wilson was the starting as a freshman, the starting catcher on the Pirate baseball team. He is quite an athlete. He comes out in the shotgun again. The snap is dropped. He drops on it, and they jump on him. Sorry about that, Mrs. Wilson. Looks to be okay. Boy, that snap came low and outside. That was a tough one to start with.
It's a tough way to get your first snap on the varsity for sure. Brings up 2nd and 15.
But you got to get that over with, and now they'll come back. 7.5 minutes remaining, coming down to 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 21-3, FPC.
And when you don't huddle, you don't get a lot of time to really recover and get over it. You just kind of have to trudge on.
Jeremiah Wilson, Brandon Fagan beside him. He's in the shotgun. Now he's back to pass. I thought he was a left-hander. No, he's a right-hander. And the pass long, docked up in the air, almost intercepted. Boy, he's got a heck of an arm. That was intended for Josh Alvarado, and he was double covered out there. They got some nice coverage on FPC, but that was incomplete.
Sammy Cooper had a hand on it, and then Marcel Williams also had a shot on the tip.
Sammy Cooper and Marcel Williams. You can't outrun those guys.
No, I can't. And not a lot of people can, to tell you the truth.
Yes. Well, that was my point. I was speaking of you, definitely.
You don't think I have any speed anymore?
Well, I don't know. I take it again.
I mean, I don't know. Anytime your 40 time begins with the number 5, it's probably not good.
Or higher. Here we go, Jeremiah Wilson. He's going to throw another one long. It's down the middle. Oh, in and out. It was just a little bit out of the out of the hands or out of the way of Stefan Tucker just a little. You know, but close only counts in, what is it?
Horseshoes and grenades.
Yeah, there you go. So it's going to be 4th down, 3 and out for the Pirates, but boy, he's got a strong arm, but now they're back there like something's going on. Is there a flag or anything? No, they're just milling around for fun. Here we go with Ian Hubbs. Oh, there's a better snap. He gets the ball off. That's a nice punt. And is it going to be fair caught? No, it's going to be muffed. But the FPC receiver jumps on it. And that was Ramon Hollins. I thought he called for a fair catch, but he was just going to catch it with his hands above his head, and that didn't work out.
And he was able to get the ball back, fortunately. A pretty good punt by Hubbs there, about 45 yards. This is going to be a big series for Matanzas defensively. They need to get a stop here. Otherwise, FPC has the opportunity to blow the game wide open. 7 minutes ago in the third quarter, 21-3 FPC.
Yeah, it's the third. I've been having trouble finding out what quarter it is here because it just seemed like such a long game and lots of action going on. And the Bulldogs have the ball again. They're going from left to right across your radio dial. They're in the white shirts and the green helmets along with the green pants. They're out there. Everybody is looking over at their sideline. Now Colton Boyd is talking with Dustin Bowens. Now they're looking at the Matanzas sideline. Come on, guys. Oh, what's going on? Okay, we have a player they are tending to. He's coming off the field. Look, oh man, if that doesn't look like a cramp, nothing does. Okay, they are back off the field. Yeah, that's Raheem Booker, and boy, cramping up badly. A little fluids in that young man. He'll be good to go, but boy, do those hurt.
FPC in a 2 tight end set here to start the second half. Still a single back with Jimmy Robinson in the backfield.
2 wide receivers to the left. Robinson about 7 yards behind Colton Boyd. He's going to take the ball from center. He's going to hand off to Robinson off the right side. He's got some room. He's across the 50, breaks a tackle, gets down to about the 40-yard line. Nice run from Jimmy Robinson.
20 yards on the play. He's got 73 yards on 10 carries. A whopping 7.3 yards a pop tonight for Jimmy Robinson.
Well, he had about 7 yards before he was touched. Then he was just touched. About the 10-yard mark, he was spun around, but he just kept on going and made it to about 20. There's a give to him again off right tackle, this time only about 3. Let's see who was in on the stop on that one. Who do I see out there? Oh, Deshaun Miles, the senior defensive end for Matanzas, in on that stop.
Not used to a no-huddle offense that runs the ball so much under center.
2nd down and 7. Jimmy Robinson, they're going to go to him again. This time, he's not going to make anything. He may have even lost a half a yard. A whole bunch of those black and blue shirts in on that one.
That'll bring up 3rd and about 7 from the 37-yard line for FPC.
Travis Thompson was in on that one. The first time we've called that young man's name. 5:52 remaining in the third quarter. There's a give to Jimmy Robinson on the draw, and boy, what a draw! He's out in the open. 20, 10, 5, touchdown FPC. Jimmy Robinson on the draw. Wow, what a play that was. That draw play, you do a draw play, and it looks like, oh, those things never work. But when they work, they can really blow it open, and it did. And well, I don't want to say they've blown the game open because there's 5.5 minutes remaining, 5:38 actually, in the third quarter. But it's now 27-3 FPC.
And Jimmy Robinson with that run goes over 100 yards for the game. He has 103 yards on 13 carries and has a touchdown now to go with it.
Boy, it didn't take him an awfully long time to cover that yardage either. Here's Johnny Osorio. He kicks it up, and it is good. So with 5:38 remaining in the third quarter, it's now FPC 28 and Matanzas 3. We're going to break for a minute here on the on the Football Network. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
Alex Weber.
Back at Pirate Field, I'm Dr. Dave. He's Mike Licio, and it's 28-3. Flagler Palm Coast over the homestanding Matanzas Pirates. But, you know, it can always be worse other places, and we just found out something. Remember we told you that Warner Christian led 66-0 at the half? Well, you got an update on that one, don't you, Mike Licio?
Well, they ended the game in the third quarter. They called off the Dogs. The final, Warner Christian 80, Jacksonville Temple Christian 0. And again, 80-0. Another district update for Matanzas district opponent Nice. Nice was up 17-10 on Bartram, and it looks like Bartram has woken up and realized they are Bartram. They're now up 45-17 on Nice. 35 unanswered in that one in the third quarter.
And here we're about to kick off. Johnny Osorio putting his leg into the ball for FPC. That goes down. No, wait, there's a stoppage in play. Down there at Matanzas, they caught the ball, but they didn't need to. Somebody offside, do you think? Was that one of the famous? Yes, it was.
I think somebody was anxious to get down there and make a play, and a little too anxious.
All right, so they'll kick it off again, this time from the 35. He reached almost the goal line that time. Mr. Osorio, pretty good leg. All right, now he's putting the ball down on the 35, getting all ready again. Got a couple of backs deep. Well, they're up on the 10-yard line for Matanzas. Looks like one of them. Well, I can't see the numbers back there.
Oh,
is Tyler Perkins one of them, or is that Stefan Tucker?
It
looks like Stefan, doesn't it?
And it's DeAndre Lumpkins who fields it, though, at the 5, and he takes it out to the 30, where he's dropped just shy of the 30-yard line.
It was DeAndre Lumpkins. I'd have known if I saw him run with it. So we got more flags. We got
little extracurriculars.
Getting a little chippy, as they say.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys. They were over by the Matanzas sideline, though. That's not the place you want to get into a fight if you're the FPC people. But did they throw a flag?
Well, they're sorting it out now.
Referee Jerry Avina will let us know. And the moment he lets us know, we will let you know. 5:31 remaining in the third quarter. 28-3 FPC over Matanzas. This game has not been all FPC. Matanzas has had their chances and just hasn't been able to capitalize on them. I mean, it's just a matter of momentum. I mean, there's a lot of things you can say about it. But one thing you can say that you can't lie about is 28-3.
Got another update for you. And we got Mainland still up 12-3 over DeLand in a field goal kicking contest so far in the third quarter. Try and keep you updated with regional updates as we get them in.
You see Jerry Avina jogging across the field. Looked like me jogging out there. No, I shouldn't say.
Thought he looked like a gazelle running across that field.
That's more what he looked like.
I don't know what game you're watching.
That's it. He may not be as good as he once was, but he's as good once as he ever was. Jerry Avina, our referee, comes over. Oh, they had a personal foul on one side, personal foul on the other side. It's like kissing your sister, just no result.
Clearly something you want to forget ever happened.
That's right. As does your sister. All right, we got Matanzas coming up. I'm looking forward to seeing this Jeremiah Wilson again. Let's see. Did we see Quasi Spencer on the sideline anywhere? Has he been hurt? I know he did get hit hard. Maybe he got his bell rung.
I'm trying to see if I can see him on the sideline.
Yeah, we'll try to get some word from the Matanzas sideline. Okay, Jeremiah Wilson, the sophomore quarterback. Boy, there's another tough. And he gave the ball to Deontay.
Wilson, hand off to
DeAndre Lumpkins on the carry time.
Thank you.
He had some room to run, but he couldn't keep his feet. Gains about 4. They've done a pretty good job of bottling him up, holding him to 18 yards on 7 carries so far tonight.
Well, I was looking at that snap and the fact that's a real catcher's kind of thing because he caught that snap. Now there's a good snap. Rolls out to his right, does Wilson, throws it. It is almost intercepted off a couple of hands and incomplete. He threw that ball right into his right, threw it fairly well.
He's got a pretty strong arm there. He was able to get that past the FPC defender, number 23. Andrew Folk had the coverage, but he was able to get the ball past him, but the receiver just couldn't hang on. That was intended for number 7, Marcus Cooper.
All right, so it'll bring up 3rd and 10. They'll look over to the sideline. Matanzas with the ball, going from right to left across your radio dial. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 28-3 FPC. There's a give to the running back across the line of scrimmage. He is spun around, and then he loses the ball, but looks to be still Matanzas ball. Made about...
Lumpkins with a carry.
Oh, that was Lumpkins, and he made some positive yardage there. Did he make it up for the first down?
Judging by the spot, it looks like he did. That's going to be a 7-yard gain and a first down for Lumpkins.
I didn't think he was going to make anything. And then they spun him around, I mean literally, like a top, and he kept on going. Now there's an instinctive run. So 1st and 10 for Matanzas. They got 4 wide receivers. Well, 3 wide receivers and a tight end split out. There's a give to Lumpkins, and he gets tries to bounce the play off to the right. Doesn't make anything. As a matter of fact, he looks like he lost at least a couple of yards.
Looks like a loss of 3 on the play. Like I said, they've done a good job of keeping Lumpkins bottled up, but if he can get going, Matanzas is right back in this football game.
Oh, they've got a quick strike offense. They can score in a hurry. 4:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter, 28-3 FPC. If you've just tuned in, you've missed an exciting game as FPC got on the board first, but by no means have they dominated this one. Sounds like they have on the scoreboard, but it's been an up and down game. There's Wilson, the quarterback. He throws it incomplete, just off the hands of his wide receiver.
And that was Stephon Tucker on the coming across the middle, and he was not able to hang on to the ball. Again, we see that strong arm from Wilson tonight. He hasn't translated any completions yet, as he's 0 for 4 so far, and it brings up another 3rd down for the Pirates.
Yeah, well, he's thrown at some, for the most part, players that aren't open. The last one was open, and he was just a little bit off from it, but he's just come into the game. And there's a give to the running back who gets ahead for 5 and 6 yards.
And it looks like Tucker might have gotten the first down. It's going to be close.
Yeah, that was one of those, again, one of those Lumpkins type runs that he's over there, and he kind of spun out of it.
Going to be just short. A big call here, 4th and 1 at midfield. Will the Pirates go for it on 4th down 28-3 late in the 3rd quarter? Looks like the offense is staying on the field.
Oh, look at Keith Lagaki. He's got both hands in the air, the fingers waving. Let's see. I guess are they going to go for it? They're going to call timeout? What are they going to do? Let's see. So far, they haven't done much of anything. They haven't set the ball. Now, there they are. They've set the ball exactly on the 50-yard line. They need to go to the 49, well, a little bit on their side of the 50. So they need a long yard. The longest yard. Remember that movie?
I do.
Yeah. Okay, there's Wilson. He's going to pass for it. He's going to get sacked back on his 40-yard line. Oh, he looked to his receiver, and his receiver wasn't open, and he just took a little too much time, and here came FPC to spin him down. So with 2:37 left in the third quarter, FPC takes over in their own territory.
Bulldogs coming with a blitz that time, and it paid off as the receivers were starting to get free, but by the time they got free, Wilson was already down.
I meant FPC takes over in Matanzas territory. Good field position. They are at the, where's that ball? At the 40, it's down near the 40-yard line. Maybe the 42-yard line. We'll call it 42 and a half. Now Colton Boyd now in the shotgun. He's got a back beside him.
Boyd 6 of 14 in the first half for 140 yards. Hasn't put the ball in the air yet.
And he still hasn't. Hands off to number 8. Oh, that's that guy that we could never, Devontae Emmanuel. And he gets met right at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't make anything. Let's call it second down and 10.
FPC continuing to look more like the FPC we're used to in this half. Controlling the ball with the ground game.
Oh, yeah, the first half, they were just trying to get it in the hands of Willie Gardner. Any chance they could get.
141 yards rushing on the night for FPC.
In the shotgun again, Boyd is going to throw it. He just puts it up for grabs, and Matanzas intercepts it. Yeah, you put it up for grabs, and somebody grabs it.
Damone Hayden must have remembered that he should have had a third interception earlier because he gets his third interception of the night. And the fourth one thrown tonight by Colton Boyd, who's now 6 of 15 for 140 yards, a touchdown, and 4 picks. Damone Hayden with 3 of them.
Well, he threw it off his back foot. I mean, he was kind of going back, and they were getting ready to hit him, and he just put it up there. And it would have been a great catch by Willie Gardner, a jump ball out there. Maybe Dustin Bowen's down there, but it was just too much. Number 13, Matanzas. So here we go, Matanzas with the ball again, another turnover. 1:55 remaining in the third. Let's see if they can make some hay. It's 28-3, FPC.
Still have a ball game here. That was great pass rush that forced Boyd to make an awkward throw. But Damone Hayden's been the man in the right place, right time all night tonight.
Oh, you got to like that Matanzas defense. Jeremiah Wilson, he gives the ball up the middle to a running back, goes for about 4.
And that was DeAndre Lumpkins again.
About a 5-yard pickup, second and
We've
5.
seen flashes of it, but we haven't seen the explosiveness that we thought we would see from DeAndre Lumpkins tonight. Again, this is a team that knows him very well, though, obviously.
Well, and he hasn't been in the offense all that long, and he's just playing to a point instinctively. And those are some great instincts. Here's Jeremiah Wilson. He's going to pass it again. He's going to be dropped again, although not sacked because he may have gone ahead for a yard or two. When he saw that there was nothing open, he pulled it down and decided to get what he could out of it.
Great stop that time by Logan Smith, who chased him out of the backfield and brought him down at the line of scrimmage.
We're just about to go under 1 minute to go in the third quarter, 28-3, FPC. Here we go. We are at third down and about 7 to go, we'll call it. Here's Jeremiah Wilson. He takes the snap, and now he's going to give it to DeAndre Lumpkins, and he has absolutely taken down at the 20. He didn't have a chance there. There must have been 8 Bulldogs over there.
And Lumpkins, again, having a tough night. 11 carries, 23 yards, and the Pirates are going to be once again forced to punt.
Yeah, Aaron Clay, the sophomore, into the play for FPC, and he was just one of many. Eric Mejias was there. So fourth down and the punter back out. Ian Hubbs. You know, both of these teams have one player that both place kicks and punts. Both of them do a pretty good job. Oh, almost blocked, but he gets it off, and it's going to have a nice roll. Wasn't the most artistic kick, but he got it off, and it rolls down to the 40-yard line. Damone Hollins said, I don't have anything to do with this. And is that the end of the third quarter
That
already?
is the end of the third quarter.
All right, the score, we played 3, and here comes Matanzas, or FPC is going to have the ball again when we start the fourth quarter. And we'll see. Come on back with us. You can go get a drink or something. Just keep your radio on. Listen for us. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
On tackle by number 9, Tyler Perkins. About a 9-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1. Just a reminder, students,
Matthews
if you need to
right
be
around
picked up,
the left end.
have your parents pick you
We
up
are
in
underway
front of the
in
school.
the fourth
All
quarter,
students to the
28-3
right, have your
FPC.
parents pick up in front of the school.
And I've warned
Thank
that
you.
Terry Turner about talking about that barbecue during the game. Now we're back. Okay. Well, we're just talking about barbecue and all that stuff.
Jimmy Robinson with a 9-yard run while we were away. Getting the ball on 2nd down, going up the middle, picking up 1, picking up 5, picking up 10. He's down to the 20. One man to beat. Can he beat him? He does, to the end zone. Touchdown, FPC. Jimmy Robinson going 36 yards.
Wow. Jimmy Robinson, again, it looks like he's going to start off, and they're going to get him. And he goes there, and they have him bottled up. He goes a little bit to his right. They got him bottled up there. He goes a little bit to his left. Pretty soon, he's just off, and he is quick as a wink, and you can't get him. And he scores another touchdown. 34-3 at this point. And, boy, this is a whole lot of Jimmy Robinson, isn't it? You got to give the offensive line. You got to give it to them for FPC. They have played a great game as well. But Jimmy Robinson, at this rate, he's going to have 200 yards if he keeps toward that.
He's got 15 carries for 148 so far. He's well on his way. That line has opened up holes for 176 yards rushing for FPC tonight. Marquise Jones, slow to get up. But he is walking off the field now.
And Johnny Azario getting ready to kick this extra point. 10:57 remaining in this game. Oh, the FPC people are all in force. They of course are enjoying it across the way. Hey, nobody's left for Matanzas, as loyal fans here.
It's been a great crowd tonight for sure.
Low kick.
Good. Oh, there's an extra. That's another one of those extra points that is really on the ugly side.
Yeah.
Really very much on the ugly side, but goes through and it seems like it to be good enough.
Another inch to the left, and that might have gotten stuck in the elbow of the crossbar.
35-3, Flagler Palm Coast High School. 10:57 left to go in this game. What do you do if you're Matanzas? I mean, do you work on things? Do you keep going? Does the coach say, okay, we could we can win this thing, we know that we can? Or do you just keep going play by play and do your best?
I think you just keep going at this point. I don't know if you necessarily are trying to win the game. This isn't a district game, so, you don't want to, go crazy and try, put guys in awkward positions. You also don't want to throw too much on film for your opponents at this point in what is essentially at this point a meaningless game. It means something to the kids. It means something to all of us. But in the terms of the district, in terms of the playoffs, it doesn't really hurt you to lose this game. So I think you just keep playing your game and you keep trying out there. You won't see these kids quit. They never do. But I don't think you really open up the playbook at this point in the game.
You make a good point there. Keith Lagaki would tell you just that. He told me last year that it's just one game and it doesn't count in the district, and he'd like to win every game. He doesn't want to lose anything. But if you have to lose one, lose this one rather than to a Creekside or up on a Vidra or something. All right, FPC getting ready to kick off again. Johnny Osorio, ball sitting right on the 40.
And there he is. We've got Tucker back waiting, and it's hard to see who that is on the other end. It's a high end-over-end kick that hits at the 20. Oh, and it's Tucker almost bobbled it and was hit by Sammy Cooper, and the ball squirted out of bounds. Matanzas will take over at the 18-yard line, trailing 35-3 with 10:57 to go here in the game.
That was like one of those punts that came down and just dead. I mean, the ball came down right in front of him. He didn't catch it. It didn't go much of anywhere. And then he tried to pick it up, but the FPC guy was there. And luckily it went out of bounds and everything was okay.
I got to figure out what Johnny Osorio did on that kick, because I want to learn to do the same thing with my 9-iron. Get that thing to sit and just plop down. Got a score update for you. Atlantic is up 28-7 on Crescent City. St. Augustine in the second half is up 13-6 on Trinity Christian, where Tim Tebow played his freshman year, if you're wondering. And that's a give up the middle. That looks to be... That's Stephen Tucker again. Stefan Tucker, excuse me. Tucker gets about 3 on the play. They'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Pirates.
Jeremiah Wilson still in at quarterback, and still no word on number 3, Quasi Spencer.
And he's standing there with his helmet off. He's on the sideline. He's up on his feet, though. Shotgun snap. Tucker back with the ball. Wilson back with the ball. Over the middle and almost intercepted.
By number 21.
That was Eric Mejias on the play, almost making the interception. It'll bring up 3rd and about 7 for Matanzas.
Well, he threw it right there down the middle. He throws the ball with real confidence out there. And, some of them are covered, but, hey, everything, he's just trying to fit it on in there. So we come up to 3rd down.
Shotgun snap, 2 backs in the backfield, Fagan and Tucker.
Man in
Receiver in motion, handoff up the middle to Tucker. Oh, and Tucker is hit by Kyrie Smith, who we haven't talked about tonight.
No, and Malik.
Oh, it looks like there's going to be a late hit. That might be...
I was going to say Malik Acton was in on that as well, the junior linebacker from FPC.
Let's see what the call is. It might be a late hit. It's 4th and about 4.
10:09 remaining in the game. 35-3 FPC over Matanzas.
Should be a 15-yard penalty.
And it's going to be a personal foul
On Flagler Palm Coast, so that the Matanzas is going to get a first down out of this one.
That is their 6th penalty of the night.
And big penalties.
Big penalties as well. You're absolutely right.
I mean,
6 penalties for 75 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say it isn't 6 penalties for 30 yards. These aren't offside calls.
And Wilson will take the snap out of the shotgun. He's dropping back. He's looking downfield. He's got lots of time. Fires a dart over the middle. In and out of the hands of Tucker, who was open at the 35-yard line. That would have been about a 25-yard gain, but he could not hang on.
He put it right between the numbers. Yeah, well, there's only one number, I guess, but he put it right there on that number. I mean, that was a great throw. And Tucker's got to be saying, oh, I am sorry.
Sometimes the numbers lie. You know,
Absolutely.
if you look at Wilson's number, he's 0 for 6 so far, but he's thrown some great balls in there. 2nd and 10. He takes the snap out of the shotgun.
He's got
fakes the
3
handoff.
receivers to his left.
Oh, and in and out of the hands of Tucker again.
Hey, he's going to stop throwing it to his friend Tucker, isn't he? 35-3, 9:51 remaining. FPC with the lead, and Matanzas with the ball. Here comes Tucker over. He takes off his gloves and throws them to the assistant coach.
I don't blame him. They're not doing him much good at this point anyway. You got to try something different. Get a feel for the ball. We're going to bring up 3rd and 10 here at the 40-yard line. Got Wilson in the shotgun, faking in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to either side. Calls out the signals. Looking over now, Keith Lagaki sending in the call. He's back lined up behind the center in the shotgun.
Looks like it's going to be a 5-man rush. Yes, it is.
Takes the snap, lots of time. Another beautiful pass and another drop by Tucker. That'll bring up 4th down. That ball was right on the money again. Wilson has delivered some nice balls tonight, and they've not been hung on to, as he is now 0 for 8 on the night. Been a tough night for the Matanzas passing game, as they're just 2 for 15 for 4 yards. This is a team that averaged 175 yards passing a game last year.
Oh, Mr. Tucker is not happy with himself. He comes down dejectedly, sits down on the bench. 9:46 remaining in the game. 35-3. Here's Matanzas with the punt. Oh, is this one going to be blocked? No,
it is.
I don't know. Was it blocked?
It was blocked. There's a whole host of Bulldogs there. And who came up with the ball? And it was number 90 again. Douglasson Subtle, who hasn't been subtle tonight. He has been all over the place making plays. The Bulldogs will take over on the 28, up 35-3 with 9:39 left in the 4th.
Yeah, I was going to say, boy, that one wasn't blocked. I don't know how. I mean, they were all in on that. I mean, that was one of those, that looked like a screen pass, the way they were blocking that one.
Colton Boyd and the FPC offense on the field still. Boyd out of the shotgun, calling the signals, looks over to Cesar Campana. Got Ramon Hollins in the slot. Got Dustin Bowens at tight end, double tight set.
Yeah, Devontae Emmanuel beside him.
There's a handoff to Emmanuel, and he sidesteps the tackle, cuts upfield. He's got some room to run, and he's going to take it out to about the 20-yard line, a pickup of about 9 on the play.
Oh, they got away with a late hit, too. They hit him out of bounds, and nothing was called.
You hate to see those things, and sometimes in a game like this where it's out of hand, especially with these young men, that they can get a little emotional. 2nd and 2 at the 20. Got Terrell Matthews lined up wide. You got Emmanuel in the slot. Hollins to the left, double tight set. Boyd in the shotgun by himself.
Well, you love to make 8 yards on 1st down, don't you?
Makes the whole game a lot easier. 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1, you've got the whole playbook available.
Well, that was interesting. A Matanzas player just trotted on the field. They were apparently one short.
There's a sweep to Hollins. Hollins spins around, avoids a tackler, and picks up about 4 yards. Nice play by Hollins, getting his first carry of the night.
He spun, and then he spun again. He's quite a player. I mean, he's got good hands. He's got some good instincts. Another athlete. Oh, there's a flag right there on the play. I mean, there was nothing going on. The FPC was sort of standing there, and then there's the flag thrown right up in the air. Oh, that's an illegal participation. Do the Pirates have 12 players? Let's see if we can count them out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like 11. No.
Well, now a player just came off. Now how many do they have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. Well, I thought before that last play, one of the players, just Jordan Castanera, a freshman, came onto the field while FPC was looking over at their coach. And he was just kind of there, and they looked at him. Turned out that he was the 12th player.
Brings up 1st and goal to 9. Double tight end set. Got Hollins to the left. You got Terrell Matthews to the right. Devontae Emmanuel in the backfield.
Somebody's jumping. Who is that that's jumping up and down?
That's Jamie Rump.
Jamie Rump.
And there's a handoff to Emmanuel. He cuts left. He's going up the sideline. He's to the corner, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. His second touchdown runner tonight. And that's going to make it 41-3 FPC.
Oh, Jamie Rump was jumping up and down. I mean, he was going here, he's going there just before the snap. Then he came in, and he was close to getting Devontae Emmanuel. But Emmanuel, so quick, ran away from him, ran into the corner, and got in just over the pylon, and they called it a touchdown. So Johnny Osario is on to try and make it 42-3. 8:29, 8:28 clock running in the game here.
And Osario looking to tack on an extra point, make it 42-3. Second touchdown tonight for Devontae Emmanuel. He got his touchdowns a little differently than Jimmy Robinson. The Emmanuel's were for 9 and 1. Robinson's were for 37 and 36.
Now this could be, we could give Johnny Osario the award for the worst looking extra points. There's another one. That looked a little bit better. Still really low. Anyway, it was good. 42-3. FPC has just broken this game wide open. And they're doing a running clock because of the score. The clock continues to run. 7:44, 7:43.
Once you get to the fourth quarter and you're over 35, you're down 35 or more, they do start rolling the clock. So some big game players tonight. Willie Gardner, 4 catches, 58 yards for FPC. Jimmy Robinson, 15 carries, 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. Damone Hayden with 3 interceptions tonight.
Yeah.
Jamie Rump with an interception as well.
Oh yeah. I'm getting a good idea who are my picks for the Woody's player of the game. We'll have to compare notes. When the game is over, we will pick Woody's player of the game.
Is it me?
It's not you. It's close. You're close though, so keep going. Keep working at it. Yeah, the Woody's player of the game. We're going to pick one from each team. Ordinarily, like for instance, next week we will be doing. We'll be at Flagler Palm Coast High School, and our Woody's player of the game will be somebody from FPC. But anyway, what's Woody's player of the game? That means that not only do they get a certificate suitable for framing, but they get a good meal at Woody's, and it doesn't cost them a dime. Woody's donates it. Thanks, Woody's.
Osario steps into the ball, high end over end kick, fielded by Tucker, who actually hangs on to it at the 20. Oh, he lost the ball, and it's picked up by, looks like number 9 picked that up. That would be Tyler Perkins picked it up for Matanzas, who will take over at the 24. We got a game next week. I got to see Seabreeze play last week against St. Augustine High School, and it was a heck of a game. They've got a running back who we saw last year as a freshman, Trayvon Rodriguez, who in about 2.5 quarters had 142 yards rushing against St. Augustine High School.
He was only a freshman last year.
You know, I asked Coach Campana about that, and he says, man, I got to face him 3 more times.
At least, you know.
Yep. First and 10. First and 10 for the Pirates now at the 26-yard line. Wilson in the shotgun. He's got Fagan to his right. Number 14's coming in motion. It's a fake handoff. He gives it off the hands of Alquazi Spencer, who was at a receiver, and that one looks like it was, they're going to say it was incomplete. Who had a hand on that? That was number 5, Devontae Woods, and he cannot hang on to the ball as Wilson's had a rough night. Now you see Alquazi Spencer and Alquazi Spencer and Wilson in the backfield together. Wilson has had a rough night. He's 0 for 9 so far. Mainland up 19-3 on DeLand in the third quarter. Highlights tonight, 4 touchdowns for Atlantic quarterback Alex Bell. Alex Bell leading Atlantic over Crescent City 28-3 now in the fourth quarter.
Don't forget, Pirate fans, and next week
we have a water break on the field.
Hey, a water break. We've only had a couple of those. Maybe they've had enough. Maybe we've had enough stoppages that they haven't called them. So hey, the clock is actually stopped. so that maybe now we know that if they have the running clock, the only thing it stops for is a water break.
Interesting situation here. You've got Spencer. You got Spencer and Wilson in the backfield together right now. Spencer took the last snap at wide receiver. It looks like Wilson's going to be the one to get the snap. We'll see what happens here.
They get a chance to try a couple of things.
There's a snap. It's a handoff to Spencer. Spencer is bottled up in the backfield at the 26-yard line. It'll be a loss of about 1, and it'll bring up 3rd and 11 from the 26-yard line.
Well, there's that Malik Acton again. And he didn't start the game, but he certainly has done well.
He'll bring up 3rd, and they gave him forward progress to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. 19 yards on the night on 13 carries for Spencer. Wilson in the shotgun. Spencer out in the slot this time. Wilson and the shotgun snap, back to throw, has time, going downfield, has a man, number 7, it's complete. He's got it he's brought down at the 35-yard line, and on 3rd and 10, they're gonna pick up 37 yards on the completion to Marcus Cooper. 37 yards on 3rd and 10, that's Cooper's second catch of the night. He has 41 yards receiving on the night. Wilson now 1 for 10. 1 for 10, finally on the board with 37 yards.
Oh, man, good for the young man. Congratulations. That's his first high school completion.
1st and 10, 3:28 remaining on a rolling clock, 42-3. Wilson looks like a busted play, but they
got about 5 yards
got about 5 yards out of it. Who was that on the carry? I didn't see. Oh, that was Brandon Fagan getting his first carry in a while. Picks up about 4. Call it 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line. 3:05 left in the fourth quarter.
Brandon Fagan has played a good game, but unfortunately, he has one of the big plays of the game, and it was a drop where he was going in for a touchdown, and he was all alone and just couldn't handle the ball. All right, we have a timeout on the field, an actual timeout. Who called that
FPC
timeout?
Called timeout.
FPC called timeout. Interesting. They are up 42-3, 2:59 left in this cross-county rivalry, and we'll take a break with them. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
Nice job, ladies and gentlemen. Second down pass, Wilson to Spencer, broken up, incomplete.
All right, we are back at Matanzas High School, and you've missed a play or two. As a matter of fact, an exciting play, but didn't amount to anything because it was incomplete, Mike Liggio.
And that'll bring up 3rd and about 6 for the Pirates at the 32-yard line. Wilson out of the shotgun. Fagan to his right. Fakes the handoff. No, he gives it to Fagan. And Fagan is going to be close. No, he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to break free, but he was not able to get through. And it's no gain. It'll bring up 4th and 6 at the 32-yard line. They gave him 1. It'll be 4th and 5 at the 32-yard line. 1:45 remaining on a rolling clock. 42-3 FPC leads in the fourth quarter.
I think it's a pretty safe bet that they will go for this. Jeremiah Wilson, more of a traditional quarterback, and that's neither good nor bad. That's just who he is, but a good athlete out there.
He's had a rough night, but here's the snap, shotgun rolling right. He's got pressure coming, and he just gets rid of the ball, and oh,
a nice play knocked down by Devontae Woods. First time we've called that young man's name and number. He's number 5 for FPC. He's a freshman linebacker. Nice play out there because that one was going to be complete and it was going to be a first down. Instead, it's back to FPC on downs. We're under a minute left in the running clock.
That was great pressure that time by number 32, the junior linebacker Garrett Northrup for FPC. Again, a tough night throwing the ball for Matanzas. 3 for 19 for 41 yards.
Well, I'm sure they've learned a lot. I tell you, one thing they've learned is that their defense is tough. I mean, you wouldn't think that if it's a 42-3 game, your defense gave up 42 points. But I mean, they have played some tough defense. They've had some tough breaks and some giveaways and lots of good field position by FPC.
And Colton Boyd takes a knee, and with 20 seconds left, that should about do it. We have a final here in the Flagler Bowl. FPC takes it for the 4th year in a row.
Is this official? Is this called the Flagler Bowl? Did you make that up?
I think I saw it somewhere else once and decided I liked it.
Okay, there we go. It's official. And the final score on this Flagler Bowl is FPC 42 and Matanzas 3. You know, we are surprised but never disappointed at this game. Judging by tonight, it's going to be a humdinger of a season. I'll say that for you. Mike, what did you see tonight that gave you the feeling that you'd like to see more of it?
Well, I was very surprised by a couple of things. I was surprised by the up-tempo offense that FPC put out on the field. Usually they're kind of a grinded-out, methodical team, but this game they were making big plays. They were moving the ball in a hurry and able to get the ball over the field. For the Pirates, the 42 points is a little deceptive as the offense left them in some bad positions. The defense for Matanzas was very good tonight and should have some of their district opponents worried this year, as this looks like it's going to be a great year for that side of the ball. I'll give it time. I think Matanzas will, give them another game or two to get in this offense. They were a little slow starting usually, so I think the first couple games they'll get into a rhythm, and then by the time we have them again, we should be good to go.
Look at this nice sportsmanship going on out on the field, huh? The two teams are lined up, and they're shaking hands with each other. Even the cheerleaders are in it. We haven't seen any cheerleader fights in a while. I know that, I say no more. Anyway, hey, I'm going to ask Mike, who is Woody's barbecue player of the game is for the Pirates and for the Bulldogs right after this, but we got to step away. You're listening to Flagler County High School football on WNZF and WNZF.com.
Hey, what's going on, my man?
The game is really now officially over. I mean, the scoreboard is out. They have even turned off the scoreboard. The bands are still out there. The teams are on the field, but you know, the scorekeeper gotta go home. 42-3. That was the final, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was.
FPC over Matanzas. And how did this happen? I mean, can you go over the scoring for us briefly?
Well, FPC came out fast and furious, and with 9:43 left in the first quarter, Marcel Williams lined up in the backfield on a decoy, hits a jump pass to Willie Gardner for a 5-yard touchdown. Johnny Osario added the first of his 5 extra points to make it 7-0. Then there were some turnovers, and the ball switched hands a couple times, some great defensive stops. Colton Boyd, though, on the first play of this drive, hits Terrell Matthews 76 yards for a touchdown. FPC would add the extra points to make it 14-0. Then we got Matanzas' lone score tonight as Ian Hubbs hit a 40-yard field goal. That brought us to our halftime score of 14-3. The third quarter, Devontae Emanuel caps off an FPC drive with a 1-yard touchdown run, makes an extra point, makes it 21-3. Then Jimmy Robinson, who was already having a good game, turned it into a great game. He gets the first of his 2 scores, a 37-yard touchdown run with 5:38 left in the third to make it 28-3. And then to start the fourth quarter, Jimmy Robinson goes 36 yards and gets his second touchdown run of the night. That made it 35-3. And then finally the scoring ended with Devontae Emanuel getting his second touchdown of the night and bringing us to our final of 42-3.
How many yards did Mr. Robinson end up with?
Jimmy Robinson ended up with 148 yards on 15 carries to go with those 2 touchdowns.
Interesting. And, you know, these were eerily like the preseason games, like the kickoff classics, because Matanzas scored 3 points in the kickoff classic on an Ian Hubbs field goal. And FPC scored a lot of points. Jimmy Robinson did. And you know, it wasn't a tremendous performance by the quarterback, but played a good game. Played, you know, didn't throw 3 interceptions, but those 3 interceptions didn't much matter in the game at all. Okay, it's time. Who is your Woody's Barbecue player of the game for the Pirates? Is there, I don't know, the mystery's about over, isn't it?
It is. You talked about 3 interceptions from Colton Boyd, and guess who caught 3 interceptions? That would be Damone Hayden. He had another one, a 4th one that he dropped. He was covered, so to speak, very well by Dustin Bowens, who was able to get in there and protect his quarterback and break up the play. Damone Hayden almost had 4 interceptions. He ended up with 3 and a couple passes defense. Easily our Woody's player of the game for the Pirates.
All right, and how about for the green and white of FPC? That seems to be pretty much a no-brainer as well.
We had a big play by Terrell Matthews for a 76-yard touchdown pass, but
he tried.
But Jimmy Robinson had runs of 29, 20, 37, and 36. He had 4 runs over 20 yards, including the 2 touchdown runs. 15 carries, 148 yards. Our Woody's player of the game for FPC is Jimmy Robinson, number 2.
I hope they're all this clear cut, this easy, because we hate to leave anybody out. And, you know, nobody really gets left out in the season. I mean, it just, it tends to work out on these things. Now, next week, we'll come to you from South Campanella Stadium on the campus of Flagler Palm Coast High School as the Bulldogs take on Sea Breeze. And what's your first reaction of that matchup, Mr. Licio?
Well, I just got an update a minute ago. Sea Breeze is 1-0. They won 48-13 over Spruce Creek. Got to see Sea Breeze play against St. Augustine High School in the Classic last week. They have lost Trenton Norvell at quarterback, but the big playmaker, Trayvon Rodriguez, is back, and he had 140 yards rushing this past week. I don't know what he had tonight, but I know he's going to keep FPC's defense on their toes.
What happened to this Trenton Norvell?
He actually graduated and went to Marshall.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was a real talent, D1 talent, huh?
Yes. A tall, strong-arm quarterback, pretty good feet.
Yeah, so we will look forward to the Sea Breeze game. Thanks to Ron back at the studio tonight for turning us up and down and so skillfully. Thanks to the Matanzas folks and Athletic Director Ken Siebold for being such gracious hosts. And thanks to you for being here. You know, we could do it without you, but it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. Have the best Labor Day weekend ever, my friend, and you too, Mike, as I know you're headed for the western part of the state. Get some rest, eat some good food. You have earned it. For Mike Licio, I'm Dr. Dave. I'll see you on the radio. This has been a sports presentation of News Radio WNZF.